So we should go live here. So we are now live.
Nice.
Let me pop the link into Discord. Is that the right link? Let's do it this way. Yeah, I'm a little unsure what ultra rare split I would like. I mean, I think ideal case I get one of each. I guess that way I'm
That way you don't have to come out of pocket.
Right. And then if I do get two of them though, then I think I want, or two of the same one, then I think I want two AOCs because that makes the most sense for type 2.
Yeah.
So.
Although the cross looks really fun, even if you're not using it for the alternate win condition, to be able to just pop the artifact and restrict dominance.
That's true, yeah.
Because like the most common way to get rid of an artifact right now is a dominant.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because I was thinking as I pulled it, I was like, probably not really going to try to build for the alternate win condition.
Right.
Like, I mean, I it'd be fun to test that out, obviously, but like if it was super easy to do it, then they wouldn't have printed the card.
Yeah.
So I assume it's going to be pretty difficult. And so I was like, well, this card doesn't have as much use. And then I started thinking, no, you idiot, you can just restrict dominance, and that's pretty good.
I feel like the way to use it is like to build around or more around like the restrict dominance part and everything like you were saying, and then just put Gates of Hell in your deck so that just in case they do, or maybe like put it in your reserve, so just in case your opponent does deck out, then you just Gates your entire deck right before you make the rescue.
Or I think when Josh asked, you can use the Herod's Temple to reserve.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
deck,
that's true.
because it doesn't say a limit at all. So just during battle, so you can just keep doing it over and over till your whole deck.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, I suppose Herod's Temple probably fits in a few more decks than Gates.
Yeah.
But
there's so many fun cards. Like I was reading them as I was opening that first box, and I was just it seems like even though there's a limited amount because it's a 2-part release, so you don't get all of the brigades that they did all at once. It seems like there's a lot of fun things you could try to do.
Yeah,
like Church of Christ is obviously the thing that like screams like try this now. Build clay up, but there's a lot of fun cards, especially some of the defensive abilities.
Yep.
Like I really like the Brood of Vipers, but of course it's one of the cards that I didn't pull in my 2 boxes so far.
Rip. Yeah, I think that this set is a lot like LOC, and it's something that I liked about LOC, where it has like even the commons are good and playable cards, which is good for, I mean, I guess like it was to some degree in POC too, but I think that, I mean, having an LOC only and a GOC only format, like that's kind of how you got to build the deck or build a set where pretty much every card can be used in that format. Yeah. And like some of the best cards I think in this set are commons. Similar to LOC, obviously the best card is Jeshua, and Oath of Purity is up there. But
Noah's pretty good too.
That's true, but he's a rare, so he's he doesn't count.
He should have been ultra rare over Father Abraham.
I could see that. Yeah. But I mean,
everybody wants to hold a flood survivor down.
but like,
that's for you, Jay.
I guess I can see why they did Father Abraham, but yeah, ability wise, it seems like Noah would probably be make a little bit more sense. But
yeah.
Anyways,
and then maybe he wouldn't be in every single deck.
That's true. But all right, well, I suppose we can go ahead and get started here. We've got a few people watching at least, and we've got a lot of packs to open. So let's get into box number 1 here. So for everyone watching, I hired John Hendrix here to keep track of my what I open. He's got a spreadsheet that he's going through to give us some stats on the boxes here. So I'm also not gonna do the whole like rare thing where you flip it around, and that's too much work.
Yeah, with 3 boxes, probably so.
So starting off with the Vine Grower's Rebellion, piece by a Pharisee, Sadducee, or evil prophet, you get to discard all heroes. So it's basically like an old school Wrath of Satan, but it's conditional. So I think it's kind of fun introducing like these board wipe effects back into the game. Got an Entrapping Pharisees Legacy rare. Centurion at Capernaum / Roman Centurion. This guy lets you reserve an evil enhancement from a deck, so you can go ahead and grab your opponent's like scattered or something out of their deck if you toss them into like a red banding deck or something. I feel like that's pretty solid. New Tenants Kill the Sun. Interrupt the battle, ban to an evil human, discard a hero. Cannot be prevented if you control a Meek Law Soul. This card does a lot. A lot more than the last one.
You said that with Tenants Kill the Sun.
Yes, sir.
There we go.
So
okay.
Missing?
I didn't see it for a second.
Oh, okay. If it's missing, you can blame Chris because I copied it from his list. So.
Well, Chris's lists are always accurate depending on how many cups of coffee he had when he made
it. That's fair.
What was that last one?
Man with Withered Hand. And
you flip it around, and guess what? It's the man with the withered hand.
That's true. Yeah, it's the evil man with withered hand. All right, no temple priest there. I won't make you keep track of those. We'll have someone in the chat do it. Joe seems like he's available. It's your job, Joe. You count how many temple priests we got. Ooh, Teaching in Parables. This card is awesome. Very, very good. Negate an evil card in a territory this turn. Reserve an evil card except a dominant from opponent's hand or an evil card in battle. So this is kind of like a first sacrifice type card, and it's single brigades. So this is definitely going to be a 4 of in some type 2 decks. So I'm looking forward to building that. A little bit disappointed it's a rare, but it deserves it. So we got a Philip of Bethsaida. Converts to Meek to take a disciple from deck. If you don't, you can reveal a good dominant from hand to ban to a martyr. Cannot be interrupted. Nice little CBI banding. Gatekeeper Maid. If blocking alone, you can choose a hero to attack. Cannot be interrupted. So more choose the rescuer stuff, which is I think pretty cool on a 3/2 character. And she's also a Sadducee, so if you choose their dude that they don't have enhancements for, and then play a Vine Grower's Rebellion, seems pretty good. Restitution / Extortion. It's kind of a synergy card between gold or good gold and thieves. So it's not going to be super useful until Phase 2 comes out with all the thief stuff, but you can definitely use the good side. All the gospel heroes alone toss all evil enhancements. So, and the numbers are 4/2. So if you're barely losing, then you get to play that and probably be winning the battle and be tossing their enhancements. And Faith is a Mustard Seed. Can play a good NT Fortress from reserve, played in battle, bounce an evil card, or banish it if you reveal a good dominant from hand. So that's going to be a really nice card to grab like a Herod's Temple or something out of your reserve. Seems good. So I know you talk about like your bunch of lost souls, Transfiguration and Elijah and Glory and stuff there, John. But do you have a favorite card in the set other than those, or is it not one of those?
I would say that I don't, just because everything's theory based right now. I haven't played to actually haven't started throwing anything together to like test it to know how it actually works in application.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I think anything that I say is just theory based at this point. So
That's fair. Yeah. All right. Rare in this pack is a Caiaphas the Conspirator. Is one of the evil NT enhancements used by this card, regardless of protect abilities. So there's, I believe, one of these in each Pharisees and Sadducees. There we might see a few more abilities like this throughout, or I guess in the future now, just because not only are we coming away from cannot be negated protection, but also we're just or we have other protectability.
are you there?
All right, sorry about that. John joked about having two kids on the live stream to make it better, but uh, I kind of have two with me, my nep dog and my niece dog, and I think the mailman or something must have just come by, and even though I've got the door closed, they're crazy. But anyways, all right. The next card is Repudiating Rulers, another one of those alliterative characters in the set. Bounce a character into territory. You can take an evil NT gray card from reserve or deck if you control a Meek Law Soul. Temple Guard's Spears. Used by a New Testament human, you can discard this card to negate and decrease a hero's 0/6. So it's kind of another similar to like an Lamai's Spear and Ishbibinab's Spear from the starter decks. But it negates and decreases, so it really only works on smaller heroes, but the negate part is nice.
Matthew the Publican.
Yeah, he's one of the commons that I'm talking about that I feel like they're pretty good here.
He's insane. He can draw potentially 15.
Yeah.
They have like faith and lurking or something.
Yep. That's well, say it'd be 16, right? Yeah, 9 good and 7 evil.
Well, yeah, like you would hit hand limit at some point, right?
Well,
But yeah,
just gotta put everything down first,
yeah. So 16.
Yeah.
Makes him even better.
Yep. Yeah.
Or worse, depending on how you see it. That's one of those you see and you're just like, I don't know about the power level of this guy. And he's just a common.
Yeah, I mean, he does convert to Meek, but you can also reveal a good dominant in your hand to trigger his ability. So I mean,
see, now I thought the way that he was worded would be really cool if you had to show a dominant. That way, once you use that dominant, you lose the ability to get. But no, he can just bounce and convert to Meek.
Yep. Yeah, that would be cool if it was like an angelic army kind of thing, where it's like if you play a good dominant while in battle, then you get to do the ability. All right, last one in this pack is a Plotting Priests. If one uses a search ability, you can underdeck a Meek Law Soul. Blocking, you can take a New Testament Black enhancement from reserve or deck if you control a Meek Law Soul. So it's basically a Sheol on a character for Meek Law Souls, which is pretty sweet if you've got both that and Sheol going at the same time. You'll be hiding all your Law Souls. Right.
This is the 5th pack.
This is
4th.
Did I take out the rare and the other one? I think it's the 4th.
Okay, well, I show on here that you have 4 rares already, so I guess your list is not 100% accurate.
What?
You should only have 3 rares, right, for the 3 packs.
Yeah, I mean, if I have an extra rare,
I mean, if you do,
Oh,
that's cool too. But I guess one of these is just coming up as a rare that's not actually a rare.
huh. Oh,
Because I was
that's
just scrolling up to make sure I have 15 cards in the count. Right now, you've got one legacy rare, which should fit the role of a common, 10
right.
commons, and 4 rares. Get to 15 from the packs.
Hmm. Well, I guess we can blame Chris and take it up with him.
He needed one more cup of coffee.
I guess so. Yep. All right, we got a Jesus appears here. If you spend into hero, set aside all evil characters for X turns. Each player may draw X, where X is the number of all players' redeemed souls. So this is kind of like a, if it's very late in the game, this card is really good at taking out evil characters. Um, but you might not be able to, or you might not want to, I guess, let your opponent draw that many cards. So it's a little bit of a risk, but I think it's a pretty cool and flavorful card. Restoring the Afflicted. Used by Gospel Hero, negate and reserve an evil or neutral card. You may draw one. Pretty standard, like Samuel's Edict kind of ability, except it's not CBN, and you get to draw one. It's a nice toss card too. It's got 6 or strength there. The Gates of Hell, legacy rare. I'm sure a lot of us are looking forward to getting this back into the game after it was rotated out. The Persistent Widow.
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
So I'm going to. I don't know how this is going to mess up your thing, but it's a. Oh, never mind. Okay, it is. Found it. All right.
Oh, is it just in the wrong order?
No, well, no, it's in the right order because I guess this is organizing them. Well, actually, it was everything by alphabetical order, and then you get to the legacy rares, and they're not necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then they're not in the order of like, I think Gates is one of the first in the actual order of legacy rares for the 18 that's in this set.
Oh, gotcha.
But it
Yeah.
was like the third from the bottom on the list.
Yep. Yeah. It's Legacy Rare 56.
Yeah, we're all good though.
All right. Sweet. The Persistent Widow. Fun little kind of cycling card. You draw 2. If she's defeated, you get to top deck her instead. Cannot be negated. And then another Tenants Kill the Sun. So I think that's the first duplicate we've had in 4 packs
I
now.
think so.
And no Temple Priests.
And I didn't even get a Tenants Kill the Sun. And in, what is this, 4 or 5 packs, you've got 2.
Well, maybe if I get one more, I'll trade you one. How about that?
I probably won't need it after going to Jeremy's tournament this weekend. I'm hoping to finish out between what Brad got extra of and what Jeremy's got.
That's fair. All right. Rare in this pack is a Good Seed. Place in territory. Go for it. What?
I was just going to say that's a really good looking card. Like it does a couple of different things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is like fits in any New Testament theme, basically. And you get to place in territory. Each upkeep, take a good enhancement from reserve. All the evil characters in battle, you can reserve this card to add your anti-human hero to battle. So it's kind of like a storehouse where you get to take enhancements from your reserve. And it's also kind of like a Faith of David where you can add it to battle. And Chad's already pointed out some combos on the boards and Discord or whatever using this with like Jeremiah. So yeah, pretty sweet card. The Good Samaritan, another add to battle kind of effect, and also you get to very on theme. If attacking, you can resurrect an NT Gold hero or reserve the top card of a deck. So on theme for the Good Samaritan, and then on theme for NT Gold, which is kind of about preserving your opponent's cards. And then another Samaritan here, the Thankful Leper. Look at the top X cards of a deck, reserve an evil card or take up to 1 card you own, cannot be interrupted. So X here is a number of lost souls in play, so it's another one of those cards where it's it gets better as you go throughout the game. As you're reserving cards from your opponent's deck, then you'll probably find more lost souls to get out. Got a Demanding Miracles. Rob M's wishing good luck here. We're opening 3 boxes tonight, assuming that we get through all of them in time here. So uh, we've got a couple hours, I think, to get through them. Demanding Miracles can take a good enhancement from opponent's hand. If you control a Miklos all opponent must top deck a good dominant from hand. So a nice little hand control card here. And Emphatic Incriminators. Blocking, negate a good card, may band to his Odyssey, or you may draw X. So I really like these evil characters that let you just negate a card, like kind of straight off the block, like Commander Call and Abaddon. So there's definitely a lot of hero abilities that are worth negating right away.
All right, so we are still accurate. I have you at 25 cards, so you've opened 5 packs.
Awesome.
So we haven't missed anything yet, so we're good there.
Sweet.
Let me tell you about a pack that I opened in my first box, and you tell me if you've ever had this happen to you. Because I was interested in asking someone, and I just haven't yet. So I opened 4 legacy rares in the same pack plus the rare. Is that? I hadn't done that personally. Is that something that you've seen before?
I'm pretty sure with POC, I remember opening a few packs that had like 3 legacy rares. But yeah, so I mean, it's something that can happen certainly. Or I mean, obviously it did for you, but I don't think it's super infrequent. But
Okay.
yeah, here's your brood of vipers that you were talking about.
Nice, of course. Dude, that card looks so awesome.
Yeah, dude.
It's another. I guess it's one of those. When Gabe was on the podcast, he called them like Joshua type characters, where they come in, do something, and then swap out.
Yep. Yeah, this one's basically like Joshua. You can negate an underdeck a good card in a territory, so you can hit Herod's Temple or one of their heroes, or their 3 woes. And then you can exchange it with a Pharisee or Sadducee, and CBN if you control a meek lost soul. So it's very similar to Joshua in that regard.
Harvest time.
Ooh.
You remember spoiling that?
I do. Do you remember being confused for like 30 seconds? Like, wait, what?
Sure. That was also the night that I threw a deck together in 12 minutes.
I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna play this card. I suppose it's about time. Select a number, play the number of lost souls from each deck, regardless of protect abilities. So just kind of the ultimate soul gen card. Gets her own storehouse. Sort of gets her own shield. I mean, you're searching all at the same time, so they'll get to underdeck, I guess 2 because you're searching your deck and theirs. But that's you can certainly get out more than 2 as long as they have that many left, I guess. Got a Fear of Man. Get a new good or neutral card this turn. Character may band to a Pharisee, or you may take a New Testament Grey card from reserve. These cards are kind of cool. That they're territory class, so you can get the negate and in territory if you need it for this turn. So negate one of their artifacts or something. And then has some in battle utility too of banding, or I guess in territory you can take an anti-grey card from reserve too. So it's a nice little setup card. Self-Righteous Prayer. This one's it's kind of a weird card. Not sure how much use it's going to see outside of like LOC only or GOC only and booster draft and that kind of stuff. But it's reveal hand and opponent's hand. If your hand contains more good cards, withdraw all heroes. If opponent's hand contains more good cards, character may band to a Pharisee. If there's a tie, end the battle.
Coolest thing about that is just the way that card came to be. That's the one that Gabe asked about, and the community kind of gave a lot of input on.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
A pretty cool thing.
Yep. Yeah, maybe it'll get used just because of that. People will be like, I contributed to this card, sort of, in a way. We got a Walking on Water.
Sign your own copy and have your own signed card.
Exactly.
I made that card.
Yep. All right, Walking on Water. It's kind of a reprint from the starter deck card, Walking on Water, which is purple and silver, and it kind of does something similar. Negate an evil card. You may take a good card from reserve or add it to battle if you reveal a good dominant from hand. So the negate an evil card is pretty much what the starter deck one does. Starter deck one negates the last evil enhancement played, so I guess it could be better or worse depending on the situation. But here, Walking on Water's got some nice in-battle utility and searching and stuff as well, with adding the card you search for to battle. So
let me ask you this: since you did a lot of playtesting, or I don't know, I don't know if a lot is the right term, but you asked me earlier if I had a favorite card. You have a favorite card from actually getting to see it in playtesting that you were excited to get out of your boxes?
I mean, it might honestly just be teaching in parables here, because like that's just gonna slot right into my post-exilic deck like super easily. Like I already put in the first sacrifice in the rotation version, so and this one's gold, so that fits a lot better, I think. And I'm just excited about NT Gold in general, and so I think teaching in parables is gonna be a card that I use a lot. But yeah, as we go, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, this card too. Like, Submission to Christ. If used by a New Testament hero, reserve all evil characters. So another one of these board wipes that is kind of see as a common theme here. Malcus. You can underdeck Malcus or you can capture Malcus to a player to add a Sadducee from territory or reserve to battle. Cannot be prevented if you control a meek lost soul. So kind of like the aliens type effects, but this guy lets you go from territory or reserve. So just remember you can't do battle, but being able to go to, or you can't do territory, or you can't do hand. What am I trying to say? You can't add from your hand, but you can add from territory or reserve. So a little more utility there and some soul gen. Got a Send the Helper. The enhancement side is pretty sweet, especially if you've got like a bunch of follower tokens. Just says banish up to X evil cards, where X is the number of your meat clay heroes. And the artifact, you may bounce a clay hero in territory. If your meat clay hero attacks, you may take a good card from reserve. So it's just like generic reserve access, and helps pretty much any of the clay themes that want to bounce their heroes. Got a Citizens of Sychar, adding to the NT Gold theme of you can reserve the bottom card of opponent's deck or play Sychar from deck. That's another card that I'm pretty excited about, is Sychar. Just all the value that you can get from it in the NT Gold theme, and the cards that like sort of combo with it, like from older sets. Like if you're playing like a straight up mill deck where you're playing like good gold and evil gold, then you can use Reclaimed by Egypt, which interrupts the battle unless you reserve one of their enhancements. So you can get the utility of that and then draw one with Sychar. So I'm pretty excited to build decks with Sychar as well. And Life in the Sun. You may convert a hero to meek or bounce a character. You may draw X, limit 3 unless played in battle. Cannot be prevented if played in battle, where X is the number of your meek clay cards. So this is a pretty powerful card as well. Just at the very least, you're gonna probably be able to draw a few cards. You can bounce a character. Doing that in territory is always nice, especially with things like Sheol that you need like evil character unity for. Get around your opponent's Sheol. Clinging to Power.
That's one that looks fun.
Yeah, I think that this is a card that like I put into a lot of my playtest decks, and then I forget like what cards it actually works with. And so I'm just like, playing a game, I play it, and I'm like, what am I actually supposed to grab here? But I think if you build around it and do it a little more intentionally than I did, that you can get a lot of value from this. Territory class, you can take an evil card with a band or protect ability from deck or reserve. You can add that card to battle, or reserve a hero in battle, or underdeck this card. So it's kind of like a Wages of Sin, as you can see from the border here. his
And then
wages.
the fact that black gets to use both it and wages is pretty cool for that brigade.
Exactly, yeah. Got a Grapes of Wrath legacy rare here. Glad to see this kind of come back into rotation as well. I mean, it was a Nats promo, but isn't as accessible for everyone, especially if you weren't a Nats. So we got another restitution / extortion.
That's just the second duplicate.
Yeah, wow.
Almost through half the box.
There are a lot of cards in this set, so that's part of the reason I got 3 boxes, and also because I play Type 2, so it's like, I just gotta go for it. Unpardonable is the next card. Banish a character that has harmed or defeated a meat clay hero this game, or an evil character if played in battle. And it's territory class, so it's kind of like the second Lost Anointing kind of effect, where you get to you kind of have to keep track of characters that have harmed or defeated a meat clay hero this game, or just an evil character if played in battle. So there is a side that's not quite as hard to keep track of. And we got a Plotting Priests. That's the third duplicate, I suppose, now. And no Temple Priests so far. Jay's going to be disappointed.
This is the ultra rare pack.
I think so.
Calling it.
Ooh. Hey, I mean, this guy.
Shepherd.
This guy could have been an ultra rare if he didn't have a limit, I think. That would have been kind of fun.
Is this the one that Chris said that you used against him a bunch?
Yeah, and Gabe was saying that if it weren't for me, it might not have the limit, but I don't know. That could just be because I was testing it quite a bit, and I thought it was a lot of fun, and it certainly is. And don't know that I ever pulled off the enhancement side, but just rescuing with the hero is very good. So the enhancement says if a rescuing hero is opposed, you reserve all of your heroes except one. If you reserve at least 9, rescue a lost soul. So this isn't going to be a card that you play unless you have 10 heroes out. Unless you just want to reserve all your heroes except one for some reason. But the hero side restricts evil dominance and negates lost souls. You can draw X, limit 3, where X is the number of your meek lost souls. So it's just a really solid rescuer that later in the game you can bounce him to play the enhancement side and hopefully kind of get a jump rescue, as I called it in one of my videos. We got a Susanna legacy rare. Glad to see her coming back.
A Chambers ringtone.
Got a Washed by Christ. If he's by a disciple, underdeck all evil characters in battle. Nice little, kind of full battle clear, I guess, full battle wipe. I don't know. But a CBN on John the Apocalyptist, so it's going to be a nice way to use it, I think. I am he. Territory class may reveal a good dominant from hand to protect lost souls from evil cards and disciples from harm this turn. So kind of a that's what we see a lot of protect abilities giving these days, is like you're protecting lost souls from evil cards and protecting heroes or a subset of heroes from evil cards or from harm, even as this one does. So even your Unholy Writ can't capture my disciples. This does seem pretty good, though, that it is, it doesn't like banish itself like Root of Jesse or some of the other cards that do this, because and once you play it in territory, or in your prep phase, then I don't think you can negate it at that point. Like it's not like an interrupt the battle wouldn't interrupt it because it wasn't activated in battle. So if you can
Unless they have a place negate last.
Right, yeah. So they have to negate it pretty much while it's played, or when you play it. Otherwise, it's going to be a CBN protect thing, which if you can find a way to recur that reliably, or even just run 4 of them in Type 2, I think that's going to be pretty solid. You do have to run a decent number of good dominants, but I think disciples are kind of all about that. So, speaking of disciples, we've got a Thaddeus, much less broken than the original here. Lets you reveal a good dominant from hand or convert this card to meek. If you do, you may shuffle an evil or neutral card in an opponent's territory. A little bit of territory destruction or, sniping, I guess.
Still no temple priest.
No, sir. I'm a little disappointed. I wouldn't have minded getting a few more foreign wives and scattereds, but maybe we'll get there. All right, next up we got a 10 Virgins, another gold and crimson card that definitely fits pretty well into the gold theme. Opponent may reserve the top 5 cards of their deck. If they do not, while your entity heroes or entity characters in battle, restrict opponent from playing enhancements cannot be negated. So it's kind of like a Plague of Boils, but you can play it as evil too, which is pretty sweet. Got a Matthias. Convert this card to meek to bounce a character. You may reveal a good dominant from hand to look at the top X cards of deck, take up to 1 and underdeck the rest. X is the number of your disciples, so kind of a little threshing floor kind of ability.
Plug. Insert plug here.
Thank you. Well, I mean, I'm really just thanking you for doing it because I was kind of waiting for you to say something. I guess you can kind of thank yourself or thank me really for giving me the opportunity. I could have said a Susanna-like ability.
Yeah. Okay. I appreciate it.
Yep, I got you. Go check out Threshing Floor podcast.
Remind me to sign a copy of Threshing Floor for your deck.
All right, sounds good. Yeah.
And so we've seen to have started talking about signed cards.
I'm just trying to think of how many decks I've played that I've actually used Threshing Floor in, because I really don't play Ruth that much.
Yeah, and I think there's other ways to get similar protection now, especially with GoC coming out.
Right. Yeah, we'll figure something out, maybe I'll have to use it once I get a signed copy. All right, Captain of the Guard. You can play a Sadducee Warrior from reserve or deck if you control a meek lost soul. May ban to a Sadducee Warrior, cannot be interrupted. So it's pretty cool ability where you just fish out whatever other evil character you need. I mean, it's got to be a Sadducee Warrior, but you've got a few options with like your Malcus. You can just fish him out of wherever, create a lost soul, and then add a Sadducee from your reserve. Seems pretty good. Got a Jerusalem. This is a definitely an interesting card. I'm kind of curious to see how much it'll be played. Each upkeep, you can reserve a random card from deck to take a New Testament card from reserve. If attacked, you may discard an evil dominant from hand to resurrect an evil anti-human. And the ability is the same on the site and the fortress side, which I think is the first time we've seen that on a city, if I'm not mistaken. So basically you get the same effect, but you just have to decide, if they're negating your neutrals, then you want to play it as a fortress. If they have stuff that can target your evil cards, like things that just say like discard up to X evil cards or whatever, then Jerusalem.
Protect it from some of those board wipes that you mentioned earlier.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and I guess there's also the possibility of using it to site lock, but good luck with that. Then we've got a Lost Coin Found, which has pretty cool numbers here. 1 out of 9, or it's a 1/9, very thematic. Bravo design team. And it says, interrupt the battle. You may convert an evil human or reserve an evil non-human. You may take a New Testament artifact from reserve. So this is another card that adding to Silver's repertoire of interrupt the battle and win the battle kind of abilities. So I feel like the promo Michael, the non-Chief Prince version, the kind of old school version, could see a little bit of play. Doesn't hit all evil characters, but
So just a heads up, we are still good on numbers, but it's showing 11 rares for 10 packs open. So there's
Okay.
definitely one on the list that um, is listed as a rare that's not. So
We'll have to
on
do
the
some
stats,
investigating.
we're gonna have to take one down.
Yep. All right, and we've got a Church of Christ. This is a card that I feel like a lot of people are looking forward to. If you play a unique church hero from hand, you may create a hero token, which is a follower token. 6/8 clay male human hero or male human of a selected church. Good gospel enhancements used by your lone follower token cannot be negated by an evil card. So
That's,
yeah, that's pretty sweet.
okay, so I didn't realize that had the church in the name. I thought it was just Church of Christ.
Ah, yes.
So
Which is
give me
the
a second
Church
to
of
find that.
Christ, not to be confused with the other Church of Christ.
Now we're gonna have to come out with the Church of God.
Oh yeah. Uh, Daniel is commenting on my playmat here. It is pretty sweet. If you other quick plug, if you head over to your turn games,
Plug.
you can go ahead and pick one up. Hopefully we'll see this image on a card somewhere in at least one of these boxes. I guess it could be the other one, but yeah, the other art. But it would be cool to have one that matches the playmat. Here we've got a Plague of Frogs. Finished out the rotation plagues, I guess, in this set. If used by an Exodus hero, you may draw X, which is the number of opponent's evil brigades. If played in battle, bounce up to one character controlled by each player, regardless of protect abilities. So I really like how the original Plague of Frogs was like one of the best battle winners against foreign wives. It was one of the only regardless of protect enhancements, and now this one just like fully punishes your opponent for having foreign wives. You get to draw 7. It's territory class for that part, and then you can bounce up to one character controlled by each player regardless of protect abilities.
Yeah, that one looks awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to trying out Exodus. That's not a rare. It could be though.
Here comes the twin.
Oh yeah, Thomas the Twin. Hey, what's going on, Emmanuel? Welcome.
He looks insane. Dude, I can't wait to be playing a game where somebody goes back and forth and like your Thomas is going off, theirs is going off, and then whoever's the active player just throws down woes on
Yep.
the
Yep.
put them
Yeah,
all
I'm
back.
pretty sure the play is to not use yours if, well, I mean, I guess like you get to see what your opponent searches for. Well, yeah, but I guess they can search for woes the next time and then negate Thomas afterwards. So I think if it's not your turn, you probably don't want to use it if they have a Thomas out. But I don't know. Maybe you should just use your thankful leper or something to reserve their woes from their deck first. Because if opponent uses the search ability, you can take a good dominant from deck. If attacking, you may convert this card to meek to ban to a martyr. I was a little back and forth on this card. Like it's really good if you get them out early, but also if you like once you get through your good dominance, he doesn't really do anything for you, except for the banding. I guess is good, but
Yeah, but if you get him to go off and search out your dominance and then you get the big draw off of Matthew instead of Matthew, some of his draws being the dominance.
that's
I
true.
think those work really good to thin the deck out and get you 2 power cards.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, absolutely. If you get him out early and you get all that value, then he's certainly a good card. Certainly going to be in most disciples builds, I think. Um, and he's also splashable, so we could see him in a few other themes as well. Just splashed into like a Old Testament purple deck or maybe a clay church deck or something. Then we've got another Thaddeus. And last card, a Temple Guard. You can take an NT black card from reserve or a New Testament black enhancement from discard pile if you control a Meek Lost Soul. You may take it if you take from discard pile, discard an evil card from hand. So this is one of the very few ways to get back evil enhancements from your discard pile, which I think is pretty cool. But it does have the cost associated with that. So Yeah, I think it'll be a cool card and to see in a straight up Sadducees defense. Not the most powerful, but it works well with the other like captain of the guards and whatnot. All right, no temple priest there. Last pack of the first half of the first box, so we are about a sixth of the way through. Ooh, yeah, Jairus, he is. This guy and his daughter are going to be, I think, the tag team of NT Gold. So you may reveal a good dominant from hand to negate other cards in battle. May ban to Jairus' daughter from hand, territory, reserve, or discard pile. So pretty much no matter where Jairus' daughter ends up, you can ban to her and get her ability, which hopefully we'll see at some point here. But I think she can like top deck herself and toss an evil card. Or toss an X evil enhancement or something like that. So between that and negating other cards in battle, like that's it's going to be a pretty dynamic duo, I guess. Then we've got another Philip of Bethsaida. The Obstinate Pharisee. Negate opponent's card. If blocking alone, you may replace Self-Righteous Prayer for reserve or top deck a Meek Lost Soul. Cannot be prevented. So this guy is going to be another one of those guys that just negates a card straight off the bat. He's CBP, which is very nice for that.
And then fetches something that's a potential battle winner from the reserve.
Right, yeah. I guess even just plays it, yeah.
Yeah, I think the design team did a intentional job of, the reserve was originally designed for helping you with certain matchups and things. And they've got a couple of different like card combos that are like you go with this guy, and he's got a card in reserve that he uses, like using Transfiguration, and then grabbing Elijah in Glory, which does nothing unless you use Transfiguration to interrupt the battle.
Right.
And then you banish him to protect things. It's like a 1-2 punch that uses the reserve for the way that it was intended.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, I think part of what makes Self-Righteous Prayer, not like the worst card of the set just because it's unpredictable, but it's going to be fairly playable because of the value you can get with it from your reserve with this dude. Straight up potential to just end the battle with one evil character. That seems pretty good. Withered Seed. Territory class may underdeck a good enhancement from opponent's hand and a Meek Lost Soul in territory. So this is a very cool hand control themed card. So it's kind of like Sorrow of Mary that it doesn't just hit or that only hits good enhancements, but it has a little bit of flexibility or I guess the additional benefit of hitting a Meek Lost Soul in territory. And it's also black, yeah.
It's got that 3D artwork too, like the foot stepping out of the frame, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, let's see. Yep, he's stepping on them good enhancements.
That's another one of the cards that I didn't get.
And you just didn't get a lot of the Pharisee and Sadducee cards, the black-gray cards.
Yeah, and that's the Meek Lost Soul that I didn't get either.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to pick one of these up because I feel like these are going to be kind of a hot commodity with GoC only. I know that's kind of how it was with LOC only. I'm pretty sure I have like one of each of the actual Meek Lost Souls from the set, I feel like, in LOC.
Yeah. I know that they don't have abilities, but I kind of wish they had given it an identifier just to.
That's true, yeah, just to.
More. I thought it would be pretty cool to.
Yeah, so that one's. Were you able to find that one? It's the John 8, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the only one that doesn't have an identifier with the new ones in the set.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like we've got Undesirables, Harvest, Galileans, and then that one's just listed as Lost Soul.
Oh,
reference.
Sure. Okay, yeah.
And then the legacy rares on the list are separated and marked LR. So
yeah, and that was one of the weird things that about the set in my opinion, whereas like this got a legacy rare, which is basically just a reprint of an old Meatclaw Soul, and then a card in the set, which is just a reprint of an old Meatclaw Soul. Yeah, I can understand not wanting to like, or kind of wanted to spread them out between the set and legacy rares, but yeah, it's kind of funny thing, I guess.
Yeah, I know that they definitely needed more after the issue with LOC only.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's a little blurry right now. All right, maybe it's been like this the whole time. These boxes, I believe I pre-ordered them for 105 a piece. I think that's what Derek had them at. So a rare in this pack is the Great Commission. Used by Meek Hero, interrupt the battle, select up to X evil characters, convert the selected humans, and shuffle the selected non-humans. So not quite a board wipe, but it interrupts the battle, and usually you get to select quite a few, especially later in the game when there are going to be more targets anyway. X is the number of your anti-human heroes, which also X is the strength on the card. So if you're tossing this, like it's probably going to be for a hefty amount. Got a Demanding Miracles, which we've seen already. Amazing Faith. I think this is a pretty cool card. Negate evil cards in battle. You may take a good dominant from deck, cannot be negated. So it's just like a kind of like a who's that guy? 24 Elders that negates evil cards in battle. But it's on an enhancement, and you also get to take a good dominant from deck.
That's the card from the new set that works really well with Noah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's another.
Yeah, I was keeping my eye on that.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, a Bartholomew. I don't know if we've seen him yet. You can reveal a good dominant from hand. If you do, good gospel enhancements cannot be negated. You may convert this card to Meek to play a Lost Soul from a deck. So Soul Gen, CBN enhancements. Yeah, definitely lots of good stuff with this guy. And Ajaris' daughter, here she is. You may top deck this hero to toss the next evil enhancement played this battle. This hero is defeated, you may top deck her instead. Cannot be prevented. So probably not going to be wrestling with her by herself very often. But I mean, if you do, a 1/2 is pretty good for initiative. And she's still got the if defeated you can top deck her instead thing. So that's pretty cool, and it works well with her star ability, which you can just kind of keep on using to reserve the top card of a deck. Or you can just play Jeshua and draw her anyway. So
it never fails. If there's a chance to mention him.
Hey, I mean, they just had to go and give him a really good ability, so it's not my fault. Hey, that's just scattered. I think this is the first 1026 card I've had in the extra cards in the pack. Daniel, yes, Tyler Stevens does still play. He's actually one of the guys who did a lot of playtesting on this set and designed a lot of these cards. Yeah, one of the elders. We got the famous Herod's Temple.
Famous already.
I know.
New ability is already famous.
So, funny story about this. I was doing a playtest game with Joe a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, Herod's Temple, like that got really good. Like we might have to make some notes about that to change that. And then I went and looked, and I was like, oh, this is on the phase 1 set list. Okay, this one's not changing. Like should probably be an ultra rare, but so it says protect gospel humans in territory from harm. During battle, you may reserve the top card of deck to toss all enhancements played while your anti-human is alone in that battle. And I think what makes this card very as good as it is, I guess. I mean the protection is nice, but the choose the blocker abilities and just the flexibility of it, because it's during battle. It's not when your character enters battle or some other condition, you can just like wait until the right moment where it's like if you have initiative, then you play an enhancement to, you know, do something, make your numbers bigger, and then you can toss after that. And on top of that, it holds a Herod's Temple artifact. So you know, your Book of the Covenant, Book of the Law. Let's see, were there any temple artifacts in phase 1? I don't remember if we got any New Testament ones. I guess we do kind of have the set list open here. Yeah, Temple Veil is in phase 1.
Just a hireling, is that what that is?
Yep. So this is kind of a throwback to the old Just a Hireling. Discard your Pharisee or Sadducee to shuffle up to 3 lost souls. That was pretty much the exact wording on the old one, but this one keeps on going. It says, or any number of meek lost souls cannot be prevented if you control a meek lost soul. So it's kind of a new DOU, which is pretty cool. And Plague of Hail. This is another, or I guess the other plague in the set. Negate
that's the one that's ridiculous.
Yeah, this one is pretty sweet. Negate a card. If he's by an Exodus hero, you may discard an evil Exodus card to discard the top 5 cards of a deck. If played in battle, discard an evil card in a territory or a set-aside area. So it is territory class. What I discovered as like one of the easiest lines to pull this off, if you're not just playing a straight Exodus deck, is you just run Pharaoh's Daughter, play her as an evil character, search for Moses, and then play this off of Moses and discard Pharaoh's Daughter to hit the top 5. So if you're doing a mill deck, this card is definitely a must-have.
Yeah, I texted or DM'd on Discord Jonathan Gomez. I was like, this set is just made for you, dude. Like undesirables, you get this play. There's so many cool things.
Yep. We had another Persistent Widow and the Prodigal Son. You may underdeck an evil card from hand to draw 2, cannot be interrupted. And the evil side says you can underdeck a good card from hand to draw 2, cannot be prevented. So it's kind of the same thing on both sides, except you know the good side underdecks an evil card, the evil side underdecks a good card, and it's CBI versus CVP, which is both are kind of like the preferences for hero or for I guess their respective side. Here's some 1026 cards. You know, because usually your heroes are going to be negated by evil characters after the fact, and usually your evil characters are going to be negated by heroes before the fact.
Here comes the ultra rare.
Which one do you
if
think?
I keep saying it enough, it'll come true.
Which one do you think it's going to be though?
The cross regular ultra rare. Oh, High Priest Plot's pretty good though.
This card is pretty solid. Another great sidecar card. You can negate a good card or reserve a good card from opponent's hand, protect meek lost souls from injure evil cards from good cards, and it is territory class. So it's kind of like a betrayal, but it's upscaled a little bit in my opinion, and the in battle effect is a little bit different. Instead, you know, you protect meek lost souls and your evil cards from good cards instead of getting the draw 3.
What's the border on that one? I can't remember. Is it? Is that? Can you tell?
I can't tell. I feel like I sort of recognize it, but I can't.
It's not High Priest Ananias, is it?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, it would make sense if it was like Caiaphas or something, because he was kind of he was the high priest at that time, I guess.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Let's see, we got a Caiaphas here somewhere.
There was just one card I remember had a really cool border on it, and I thought that was it. But maybe not.
Only one card?
Not that it's not cool.
Has a really cool border.
No, but like it was a black enhancement, I thought.
Yeah.
Angel of Warning. Nice.
Yeah, another legacy rare.
That one looks really good with the legacy rare treatment.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, maybe he'll actually be used now. Like, feel like it was the only time I saw him used was in uh like really old school angel decks where you're using Chamber of Angels and using this guy to get it out. Um, but the hand look and the playing a sight, and this one has the brand new nativity identifier on there. You can read that. So maybe that'll be useful at some point. Unholy Writ, another legacy rare
There
card
you
that
go, Rob Smith. Everyone's getting it except for you.
you
I got
didn't
like 6 of those things in 2 boxes.
really. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And it's one of the like 5 cards he didn't get.
Yeah. I mean, I'm this is gonna be a fun card to come back. I think especially for booster draft. Um, it's I guess it's not multiplayer anymore, or booster draft isn't multiplayer, but that was like one of those cards that you activate that in booster draft multiplayer, and you kind of have a little bit of control over the game. You feel like you can stop anyone from rescuing.
Two ball Kane likes that card.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Duplicity. Enter the battle. You can play an evil enhancement from reserve. Each player may draw X, where X is the number of meek lost souls that player controls. It does have a limit of 3, but it's a nice kind of like Dream or Swift Horses effect, which are not really in rotation, but the draw does come after the play, and the enhancement comes from your reserve. So it's kind of like a shared meal, I guess, where it has a potential to give your opponent a benefit, but very strong card if you kind of love your reserve with some heavy hitters. I could see a Vine Grower's Rebellion being played off of a Duplicity pretty easily. And then a Who is Without Sin. Interrupt the battle if used by an anti-hero. Withdraw all evil characters. You may discard an evil card from a reserve. Cannot be negated by a Pharisee. Um, I like this card. If it fits well with gold, in that you can, after you reserve like an evil dominant, or maybe a Chronicles or 3 Woes from your opponent's deck. Oh, we got one. Then you can discard it from their reserve. We got one, guys. This is Temple Priest #1.
There you go.
So unfortunately, Joe's not here anymore, but I don't think at this rate we probably won't need him to keep track for us. Maybe I should just keep him out so we don't. I guess we can do it that way too. There we go.
All right. Is this the ultra rare? Could it be?
No, I don't think it's quite heavy enough. It's like the.
Oh, you're weighing the grams of the packs. I don't
Yeah.
think that works. We don't have foil on them.
Just the ink, because there's the extra ink on the side.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think so, yeah. Gathering the Sanhedrin. Interrupt the battle. You may take a New Testament human from reserve. Character may bend any number of Pharisees and Sadducees. Cannot be negated if you control a meek lost soul.
Continue you saying that I just didn't get a lot of the Sadducee and Pharisee stuff. I didn't get that card.
I was gonna say this could be the cool border one, but the border is a little hard to make anything out of. It's kind of just dark, which makes sense because they were gathering the Sanhedrin, at night to kind of make sure they draw attention to themselves.
Now that's a card that looks really, really awesome.
Yeah, this is another
That's
duplicity target. I feel like if you play a duplicity on your one of your emperors and drop this out of your reserve. Discard all New Testament heroes and all fortresses except Rome. Cannot be negated. Legacy rare from Rock of Ages, I believe, is the side that it was originally from. We've got a Harvest Lost Soul. Put in play or if rescued, you may create a Lost Soul token in an opponent's land of bondage. Definitely an important limited card. Getting that Soul Gen. Thomas the Twin, got another one of him.
Hey, there he goes.
And a Centurion at Calvary, which I remember this being one of the cards that you mentioned in your on the podcast with like you get to reserve their endless treasures, and well, there
I
goes
don't think
that.
I'm gonna
That's
have to anymore.
Yep.
But I remember when I first saw this, like the artwork of the top half, with the cross in the background or whatever.
Hmm.
Like, it looks really good. Like if that was a full art card, that would look awesome.
Yeah.
That artwork, like that perspective of him with the cross in the background.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same art that was on the original Centurion and Cavalry. Um, wonder how much of it you got on there though. All right.
Um, let's see.
How we
I think
doing?
you're right, and I think it's just mirrored, and it's really like brought to life with the color aspect.
Oh,
'Cause it was
yeah.
pretty dull on the colors on the original, and now you get a lot of that vibrant pop.
Yeah. Yeah, the art has been great in the last few sets really. But here we got another one of those sweet NT gold cards. You reserve the bottom card of a deck or draw X, may ban to a unique NT gold hero, cannot be interrupted.
What,
Um,
what's the name of this one?
Watchful Servant.
Watchful. Okay.
Yeah, so I think any hero that draws and bans is really good. And this guy, he can, I guess the X is the number of heroes opponents control, or opponent controls. So whoever you're attacking, however many heroes they have out, you're going to be able to draw, which is, I think, a cool X to be able to draw off of. Got a Ridicule.
Ridicule.
Can be
It's a good
activated
card.
on your Evil Herod, which we haven't seen too many of yet, but we do have a legacy rare that or we haven't seen any in, or we don't have a lot in rotation here, but we do have Herod Agrippa II as a legacy rare, and we can look forward to them in phase two. Um, but the evil enhancement side, negate a hero. Hero's controller must reserve the top two cards of their deck or bounce that hero, cannot be negated. And the artifact side, paralyze opponent's heroes with a draw ability for 1 round. Um, this I think is a decent card. Um, it's good in like the mill strategies and stuff. If you're it's a CBN battle winner unless they reserve their top two cards, which if their deck is protected, which I think is going to be pretty important with GoC in the meta right now. Yeah, becomes a pretty solid battle winner.
Mask of Fear.
Yeah, another legacy rare. Gate characters and other enhancements, much less wordy than the original, which was printed in Warriors. So very cool to see this card making a comeback. Striking Herod, interrupt the battle, discard an evil human. This was another Rock of Ages legacy rare. And Sadducees, may ban to all Sadducees, another legacy rare. So we got 3 legacy
Oh,
rares in that one.
yeah, 3 in that pack.
Yeah.
And you've got 10 of the 18 legacy rares now before
All
you
right.
get any duplicates, which is pretty cool.
Let's see. I think Herod Agrippa II is one of the ones that I definitely will want eventually.
Yeah, that's the one. That's one that I didn't have. I didn't get that out of my 2 boxes or Pharisees, but I doubled up or tripled up on Sadducees. I didn't get the Pharisees legacy rare.
And you got all those unholy writs too to trade to Rob. All right, we got a Kingdoms of the World. This card I think is really fun and really is part of what emphasizes like all the defensive tools that GoC is introducing to the game. Each upkeep, you may play a Lost Soul from deck to play an evil character from deck. If opponent plays a dominant, you may underdeck a hero. I think so far the coolest thing that I've coolest application I think of this card is going to be in a Meek Lost Soul deck with the first. Where you play the first from your deck. You draw 1, top deck it, and then grab an evil character. And because you're shuffling your deck, you're not necessarily going to. I mean, I guess even if the first is on top of your deck, you can still you can still play it from your deck. So as long as the first keeps on top decking itself, you're always going to have a target for kingdoms. We've got the Ascension. Interrupt the battle. You may play a clay hero from reserve. Hero may ban to any number of NT heroes. Cannot be negated if used by a meek hero. So it's kind of adding to the banned all conditionally CBN cards, which I think are very solid. Here's another legacy rare, and I don't think it's one that we've seen so far. Oh, there's another one too. There's two of them that we haven't seen so far. We got a Reach of Desperation and a Herod Agrippa II.
Look at you getting all the cool stuff that I didn't get.
And we got another Amazing Faith.
I didn't get Amazing Faith either, and you've got two now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I'm really hoping this third box alleviates a lot of my my stuff on its own without having to trade a lot.
I'm sure
there are some things that I'm doubled up on that I do not mind being doubled up on.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a lot of cards in this set that I don't mind being doubled up on because, like I said, Type 2, there are a lot of cards that I feel like are going to be solid, 3 or 4 of in Type 2, like High Priest Plot. That's a very good one. That's another thing that gives it an edge over Betrayal, I guess. Betrayal has 2 colors.
Not to mention at Nats, with all the side events and things, you're probably going to want to have a few different decks built. So
right, yeah. Absolutely. This guy, he's one of those guys that works pretty well with Herod's Temple, I think. Simon the Host can ban to any number of Pharisees, but if alone, you may choose a hero to attack. Cannot be negated if you control 2 or more meek lost souls. Unfortunately, it doesn't work quite as well when your opponent has Herod's Temple and their NT heroes in territory protected from harm, but still very good. He's a 3/11, so he's got a lot of toughness to toss through. Speaking of toss, we've got a Questioning Christ, which is X6, where X is the number of your meek lost souls. It says negate a good card, toss all good enhancements with toughness X or less. So basically,
you said that one was Questioning the Christ, right?
Yep. Yeah, so basically they play their battle winner. You have special initiative, you play Questioning Christ to negate their battle winner, and then toss a whole bunch of their good enhancements, depending on how many meek lost souls you have. It's going to be a little, I don't know, like they have a lot of stuff to hide their meek lost souls, though, so if you don't have them all out, then you might not be tossing quite as much, but I don't know, at the very least it tosses, X equals, or strength to 0 enhancements, so cards like Submission to Christ or the Ascension here are definitely a lot of enhancements that don't have any numbers. We got a Matthias. Already got him, I believe.
Yes, that's number 2 on him.
Nice. We've got a Galilean's Lost Soul, another one of those evil boosting cards. Put in play, you can exchange an evil NT card from hand with an evil NT card of Matching Brigade from deck. I believe initially this let you just exchange any card in your hand with any card in your reserve, which was before, this was like way early on, before the reserve rule was a thing. And I was like, do we really want another Remnant and Exiles? Like, this is going to go in any deck, and then just to enable anything to come out on the first turn. And
hey, I remember you mentioning that on one of the episodes of the podcast.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, now you know. This is the card, Galileans. I really like where it's at right now. Just switching or getting out whatever evil NT card you want, but paying the cost for it, having to have something a Matching Brigade. Some of those territory class characters that you want to get out right away and get on the table, I think is going to be pretty sweet. We've got a Repentant Thief and the Condemned Thief. So the Repentant Thief reserves the evil enhancement from a deck. The Condemned Thief takes an enhancement from opponent's hand, cannot be prevented. So I guess we do see at least one thief in phase 1 here. I believe there are maybe 1 or 2 others as well.
You also have Zacchaeus on his evil side, I think, is a thief.
Right. Yep.
Tax collector side.
Yeah. So Zacchaeus, we've got Judas is a thief.
Oh yeah, him too. Which Judas on the ability there, on the ability for Judas, he looks pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the restrict good
He's gonna
dominance.
see some use.
Yep. Well, we got our first duplicate rare here. I got another Vine Growers Rebellion, which hopefully doesn't mean that we're just like starting over and we're gonna, because that was the first one we opened.
But that is one that you want multiple of.
That's true. Yeah, having two of these in type 2, you've got multiple decks, maybe one that's Pharisees and one that's Sadducees, or evil prophets. You're gonna want a couple of these. My Lord and My God, another legacy rare that is the first, I believe. Another
Which one was that? You said My Lord, My God?
Yep.
Okay.
Got a Plague of Hail. Negate a card if used by an Exodus hero. Oh, I already read it. Yeah, it's the good one that just discards a bunch of cards from your opponent's deck.
That I didn't get.
Well, this one I can only have one of, even in the type 2 deck. So maybe I'll trade it to you.
Oh look, there's another card I didn't get. Man.
Expelled from Heaven. Negate and banish an evil card except a human. If used by an anti-hero, you may draw 2. Cannot be prevented. This card I think is really cool. Kind of. Once it was spoiled, that's what I think inspired Derek to build the Territory Terror deck with silver and purple, and meshing those two brigades, which I think is pretty cool. And we got a Prodigal Son, another one of those.
Yeah, I think Expelled from Heaven's also the one in the spoiler thread when it got released was where the joke for if it has draw 2 on it, Tyler came up with it.
Yeah.
All
right, we got 4 packs left in this box here. Oh, I just now realized that. Or I didn't see this before, but Emmanuel said he opened 2 GoC box and got the cross in both of them, I think. Ooh, another Herod's Temple.
Hopefully he got one of the Ultra Rare Plus because that one looks fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Herod's Temple, you want another one of those too.
Absolutely, yeah. This is going in a few decks, and it's probably going to be at least probably a 2 of, I think, in a type 2 deck where you're kind of really utilizing it because your opponent's going to want to get rid of it, and so you're going to want to have a way to get it out or get it back. Probably 1 in reserve, 1 in main deck. We've got a Susanna, another one of those.
That's your first double on the Legacy Rares.
Oh, wow. Another Captain of the Guard.
Oh, yep, you're repeating now.
Yep. Getting to that point, I guess. 4 packs left. We got an Insincere Inquisitors, which I think is the first one of those. If blocking prevent the next good card played in battle, active player may reveal up to X cards from hand. If they do not reveal each good brigade in battle, protect Meek Lost Souls from rescue. So this one, I think with the prevent the next good card is what makes it like a playable card. Because I think, I don't know, it's a little bit like anti-Noah, but Noah's probably going to prevent him. So
yeah. I think another thing that lets all these be playable is that there's some pretty good banding in to get all these
that's
guys
true.
in.
Yep. Yeah.
You don't just have to. Is this ability good enough to stand alone?
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't the Legacy Rare doesn't it ban to like all Sadducees?
Yep. Yeah, it does, and I think Caiaphas. See, banned to. He only bans to 1.
Yeah,
I remember
I haven't looked at all of the new ones in great detail.
Yeah, they might be Annis. I know the old Annis was the one who banned to all Pharisees and Sadducees, which is kind of fun back in the day. Then we got another Ascension, or the Ascension. And we're getting down there, last 3 packs, and haven't seen the Ultra Rare yet, so.
It's going to be in the last pack. You're pulling a Rob.
Is that
from Rob M Studios? You remember he was like, it's always the last pack, and then he gets to the last pack.
Is that what it was? Oh man, I kind of
I'm pretty sure it was the last pack.
I started watching his, and then I was like, I'm gonna watch it after I do mine, because I wanna like. I was at that point trying to avoid seeing the ultra rares, but I couldn't really stay away from the spoiler channels, so I saw them, well, most
Yeah.
of them eventually. But
I kind of duped myself because I thought I wasn't getting my cards from when I ordered them until print run 2.
oh,
I was
sure.
like, I'm not going to be able to avoid seeing them before then. So I just went ahead and, jumped in and watched and whatnot.
Hmm.
And then come to find out I was getting my cards with print run 1 and I could have held out a couple days. But it's
Yeah.
all good.
Well,
Derek really, really put on a show that night.
yeah, I was like kind of going back and forth between watching some of his videos and not, because I was like, is this gonna be the one with the ultra rare? Is this gonna be the one? But we got another great commission, so this is, yeah, we're getting all these reprint or not reprint, but that's the third duplicate rare in a row. Um, got a St. Patrick. I think I'm kind of excited for this card. Um,
You too.
I know, I'm in on it, but I just think like green and teal having a meek hero. I think that's not Noah, I guess,
Yeah,
is exciting to me.
because Noah is everything meat.
Yeah. Yeah, a strict Sabbath. Used by a Pharisee, restrict all players who do not control a meek lost soul from playing enhancements. After battle, banish this card. Definitely a reserve card, I think, in my opinion. Yeah, maybe a card to play off of duplicity.
It's a
Um,
solid card though.
yeah, it is very good as long as your opponent's not running meek lost souls. And that also means that your opponent has to not have a captured human in their territory, because that counts as a meek lost soul. Um, Then we have another The Prodigal Son, and another Reach of Desperation. That's not a bad legacy rare to have another copy of. I think that's probably a 2 of in a purple type 2 deck.
Okay, the Prodigal Son is your first triple up.
Ooh. Got some Judges cards there. And I don't need more than 2 of those guys. He's got 2 brigades on.
This is the ultra rare pack.
Ooh, yeah, it is.
And it's the regular cross. I called it.
Yep. All right.
Nice.
Here is the ultra rare, one of the 3 ultra rares in phase 1. The cross.
We were talking about it earlier, and I forgot all about the second ability that it tosses like cards with negate. Isn't that right?
Yep. Yeah. Toss all enhancements with
So
negated special ability. But
so
kind
it's
of
like
the Coliseum
blending. It's
thing.
like blending Coliseum and a restrict dominance play. So
Yep.
it's pretty strong, even if you're not going for the alternate win condition.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Alternate
sure.
rescue.
Yeah. So restrict dominance. Toss all enhancements with negated special ability. While every deck is empty, if your meek NT hero is successful in battle, rescue any number of lost souls and/or meek heroes. So yeah, it's kind of I think a fun alternate win condition kind of card, but it still does something in the meantime, I guess. Got a surreptitious scheme. This is one of those commons that I think is very good. You can take an evil NT card from reserve or deck if you control a meek lost soul. Discard a good card in battle. So Wages of Sin searches for this card, and this card searches for Wages of Sin. So you can, if you've got Wages, you can pretty much get any evil NT card in your deck or reserve, as long as you have a meek lost soul. And if you have this card, then you can get like any evil card with a discard ability from your deck or reserve. So you can get Chronicles, and it's got a star ability to draw X, which is a number of good dominance in all discard piles, which is pretty cool. Little flavorful star ability there. It's not a rare. We got an Unpardonable. Got one of those already. Another Life in the Sun, which I think Unpardonable is, I think, going to be maybe a little bit more of a type 2 card. Maybe not. But Life in the Sun, definitely, I think it's might get the 4-hoof treatment in a type 2 deck that's based around like meek light cards, disciples, and church stuff. And we got another Harvest Time, which that card I think is definitely going to be going in a lot of basic decks too, or just like if I'm building a low level or kind of low budget contender deck type of deck, Harvest Time is going to be going in there, so I don't mind having some more of those.
All right, this is the pack you're going to get your Elijah and Glory, and it's going to be all okay, man.
All right, well, rare is Day of Judgment. It's at least a new one, so that's good.
Day of Judgment, okay.
I guess I can read it. If used by a New Testament hero, banish this card to banish all evil cards in battle. It's clay, gold, and purple, so it fits with all the themes in phase 1 here. Untouchable. Interrupt the battle. Protect heroes in battle from harm. You may bounce a character. Cannot be negated by a Pharisee or Sadducee.
Untouchable, that's the one where Jesus is just like deuces, right?
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm out of here. See you guys later.
It's like that item I head out from SpongeBob.
Yep. Spirit as a Dove, another one of those crazy good commons. That is probably going to be a 4 of in Meek Hero Type 2 decks, which I feel like I'm saying that a lot for these Meek Hero or like these clay cards, so I don't know, it's going to be a tight list. But it's basically a Solomon's Dream for clay, except it lets you take from reserve deck if used by Meek Hero, so I guess it's kind of a combination of like Plumbline and Solomon's Dream. It also has the in-battle ability of good NT enhancements cannot be negated. So basically, you can just attack, play this. If you have a lot of initiative, you can play this to search for the good enhancement that you want to be CBN, and then go ahead and play it. Got a Supercilious Scribes, another one of those alliterative evil characters. Check this card from the next good card played in battle. May banish to a Pharisee or Sadducee, or you may exchange a good card from hand with a card from reserve. So on a 1/3, I think that's a pretty good ability. You can just throw some, like your, what's it called? Just a hireling in reserve, and exchange something for that.
And the last card of the box is
Simon the Zealous. Not Elijah and Glory.
Hey, I don't think we had this one.
Yeah, I think this is a new guy. So negate lost souls, convert this card to Meek, or reveal a good dominant from hand. If you do, you may choose an evil character to block. So choose the blocker ability on a common is pretty solid. And he's pretty good initiative character. He's a 2/3 on his Meek side and a 3/2 on the non-Meek side.
Okay. So you only had one card that you tripled up on.
That's not bad. We'll take those.
And so you've got 80 of the commons, 80 commons, 15 legacy rares, 24 rares, which is where one of those have to be a common.
Right.
That's coming up because you had 24 packs plus the ultra rare.
Yep.
So technically you've got 25 rare and up. And the number of cards you have remaining that you did not pull from the first box is
drum roll, please.
51, and 4 of those are, or I'm sorry, 5 of those are legacy rares.
That's really not bad.
45 short from one box.
I feel like that's not too bad from what 100 and how many cards are here? 150. Yeah, I think it's 150 cards total.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
it's hard to tell.
About 2/3.
So they're not like in numerical order because you have phase 2 taken out of the full numbers.
Right. Yeah, I think the spreadsheet goes up to 151 though, right?
Oh yeah, I could check it that way.
I remember having to type in all the formulas and stuff.
So, yeah. 51.
So I guess it'd be
there was originally 151 Kanto Pokemon. So We got some synergy going here with the Devil's game.
Well, no, because we got a header on there, so it's only 150.
Oh, okay.
We're safe. Yeah.
Although Pokemon's pretty cool.
I just never really got into it. I mean, part of it was being sheltered and all, but
Look at there. Starting out with a good
another
seed.
another good seed. Like that. Got another Simon the Zealous. Another The Ascension. Oh, good. We did get a new card in this pack. Peter's Curse. Reserve a hero cannot be negated by a disciple. The artifact side, restrict good dominance cannot be negated. Limit 3 rounds. So this one I think is. I think it's going to be good, or it's going to be used in like black and crimson decks if you're like kind of on board with the restricting dominance thing. Because being CBN, getting around those negate neutrals guys, I think is what makes it kind of better than the cross in the sense of like if your goal is to restrict good dominance. But obviously the cross does evil ones too. But
Another meek lost soul. Look at you go.
oh yeah, we're 2/7 of the way there to having a meek lost soul GoC only deck. And a whole bunch of judges stuff in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I missed one of the commons that you said in that pack somehow.
It's Simon, the Ascension, Peter's Curse.
Oh, I missed the Ascension, I think.
Yeah. I probably just went over too quick because I already had one.
Yeah. Because you already got 2 of those
Yeah.
in the first box.
Yeah.
Now you got 3.
There we go. Another Day of Judgment. Another Expelled from Heaven. It's going to be nice for 2 of those in some kind of purple silver type 2 deck or something. Another Mask of Fear, Legacy Rare. Another Who is Without Sin. And another Matthias. Yeah, I'm trusting that these boxes are going to go faster than the.
Now it's all about whether I can
one.
keep up, though.
Oh yeah, that's true. Did you get all those ones?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right.
But the first time, because you were reading everything, it was like really, really paced. And now it's like, all right,
Gotta step up your game.
we're calling a 3/4 fire blitz with a
Yep.
coverage behind it.
Well, I just figure that you get more experienced as we go through, so I wouldn't want you to get bored.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is a good pull.
Is that it?
This is an undesirables. If
Nice.
rescue or must skip their next battle phase, limit once per game. Does have
It's the
unity,
Morning Weed
lossless
Soul.
NT. Yeah, this is one that I was sort of like against throughout playtesting. Where I was kind of like, I don't know if I like this, especially with imitate. Like if I get this and imitate on the first turn, and my opponent doesn't have a way to deal with it, then it's gonna make things a lot more challenging for them. And it's just kind of like I feel like it forces people to play more of the negate neutrals, which they probably should be anyway if they're trying to be competitive. But I don't know.
So Jeremy has put in a call for this box. He says you're going to pull his sacrifice.
All right. I'm honestly hoping for AOC more than his sacrifice, but I think I was hoping for both of those more than the cross, to be honest. So
really, I thought the cross would have more use than his sacrifice from initially looking at it. Again, I don't like to judge things without testing at all, but
yeah,
just glancing at it, I thought like, yeah, that's a card that I can understand it being an ultra rare, but also like there's so many other cool cards that I don't know how much that's going to see use.
I can see that. I just think it's like, I mean, because it's multicolor, it can go into most decks or maybe most reserves, and if they play their woes as evil to negate your storehouse, like I mean, I think that's what makes it the ultra rare is the fact that it can discard an evil woes basically. All right, we got a Wandering Spirit, which is the first of that legacy rare, so glad to see that. Got another Untouchable, another Washed by Christ, and another Demanding Miracles, hand control.
Demanding Miracles. That's your third of that one.
Ooh.
So I'll go ahead and disagree with Jeremy. I think you're gonna get Authority of Christ Ultra Rare Plus.
That's, I'll be on board with that one. You're just saying that to make me happy, but it's okay.
Yeah, 100%. You know what? I really like the ultra rare, like the regular art on that too. That's one that like both of the arts I really like. Because I like the regular ultra rare because it's more of a focus on Jesus on the boat.
Yeah.
And the other one, like Jesus is at the tail end of it on the edge of the card.
Right.
Not that it's not cool artwork.
Right over here on the playmat, heading out with my temple priests.
And the other one, he's just like, I don't know, just more centered.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Is like, showing his authority more. I guess, well, demonstrating his authority more. Not that he doesn't have it while he's sleeping, but just, we got another Jairus here. Which is nice because I think Jairus is going to be the one who you probably have two of in the Type 2 deck, and then Jairus' daughter you probably only need one of. And she probably starts in the reserve.
Yeah, because he can mantle her from anywhere, so.
Right. Anywhere except for deck, I guess. Hand, territory, reserve, or discard pile. This is Crucify. It's another one, it's one of those cards that is going to be, I think, more of a Type 2 card. You to name a hero, discard all copies of the named hero. If you control a Meek Lost Soul, discard all copies of the named hero from opponent's hand, deck, or reserve. Now it has some merit to it with like the token stuff, like follower tokens. You could just take them all out in one hit. But if there's a hero that people are using a couple copies of, like maybe Jairus in Type 2, then you can hit all of those, which is pretty cool. I got a Temple Guard. Ooh, here's the Legacy Rare, Meek Lost Soul.
Hold on 1 second. Where are you, Temple Guard? There you are. And then you said it was the Meek Lost Soul Legacy Rare?
Yep. And our Kneeler. And Boanergies.
Bananas.
I did see that part of your box opening. So this is kind of the Sons of Thunder reprint, which is actually pretty cool because the background has got like lightning coming down through it, which is pretty sweet.
The artwork on that one,
the
border.
It says interrupt the battle. You may top deck a good dominant from deck. If used by a disciple in battle, banish an evil card in play or set aside area. So first things first. Joshua, and secondly, it's definitely a lot better than the old Sons of Thunder. So glad I got that facelift.
And if you're tossing, it's got the X numbers.
Well, that's just true. Yeah, X is the number of evil brigades in play. So you toss it against a Foreign Wives, and that's enough to win the battle. Foreign Wives is really getting a lot of hate, I feel like, in this set.
So you're four packs in, just so our numbers are right.
Yep. And
this time we have four rare. So none of the rares that you have are the one that's misidentified, I guess.
Or none of the commons. Rather. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh, another Lost Sheep, Good Shepherd, which is good because you can have two copies of this guy in Type 2 because even though he's got two icons, the brigades are still, there's only two of them. So, got another Thankful Leper. Got the Obstinate Pharisee, that self-righteous prayer dude. He is Risen, Legacy Rare we haven't seen yet, so that's pretty sweet.
Okay, let's see. He is Risen.
He is Risen indeed.
Obstinate Pharisee. What was the one right before that?
The Thankful Leper.
Thankful Leper, okay.
And last card, Fear of Man. A nice little negate that also bans or takes an anti-gray card from reserve. Nice little card. All right, Temple Priest, where you at? No.
Okay.
How we doing?
I missed one somewhere there. What was the rare in that?
Lost Sheep,
It was
Good
Lost
Shepherd.
Sheep.
Yep.
Did that.
Then we had
It didn't
a
change.
Thankful Leper, Obstinate Pharisee, He Has Risen, Fear of Man.
Oh, I changed your box wing count.
No.
That'll do it. Okay, there we go.
Ooh, we got another Church of Christ. It's gonna be nice. I'm sure that would go in at least a couple different decks. Got another Captain of the Guard, which I just realized if you have a Meek Lost Soul in Type 2, you can get all 4 of these guys out if you're running 4 of them. And they're CBIs, so like you've got a 28 cannot be interrupted banding with 4 evil characters with just getting one of them. Seems pretty good. Gonna have to play around with that a little bit.
Definitely seems solid.
Yeah. Another Crucify. Another Ridicule. And a Faith as a Mustard Seed.
All right.
All right. I don't know if this Temple Priest thing is worth keeping up with now at this point.
I don't think so.
It's getting kind of sad. Sorry, Jay. All right. What do we got? Another 10 Virgins. Another Life in the Sun, which is good. I think that's 3 of those now, so one more to have a Type 2 playset. A James the Younger.
That's your first one of those, so that's good.
Nice, yeah. You may reveal a good dominant from hand to protect disciples from the next evil enhancement played in battle. You may top deck a good card from reserve. Another Spirit as a Dove. Could definitely use another one of those, so that's solid. And another Faith as a Mustard Seed.
One card I'm surprised you haven't pulled yet is Judas the Betrayer.
Yeah, is he a rare?
No, he's a common.
Huh. Well, I guess him and Elijah and Glory are.
I'm 90% sure. Hold on, I'll
Oh.
look at it. Yeah, he's just a common.
Here's your Transfiguration.
Look at there.
Maybe Elijah and Glory is in the same pack here.
Maybe.
Got another Herod Agrippa II.
Just rub that in.
Another Reach of Desperation. It's going to be a Legacy Rare pack, I guess. Oh, we got 2 of them. All right. Then we got another Jerusalem. And another Man with Withered Hand.
Hold on one second here. Thing is doing something weird.
Oh. Did you break my spreadsheet?
No, Google Sheets does not like me. Like if you click it once and then scroll, it carries the 1 to wherever you scroll to. So you have to make sure that you like double click or unclick off.
Yeah.
So, and you had a Jerusalem was the doing it again. Stop doing it.
Sorry.
Stupid thing.
Oh, talking to me?
Oh, the stupid spreadsheet. What's the point of it carrying the 1? Like, I clearly told you where I wanted it to be.
Redemption TCG Collector. Yes, the set is awesome looking, and I will probably be making some GFC only decks, but probably not until Phase 2 comes out and we have the entire set. But I think I'll probably be building a few decks that are very GOC heavy, I guess, for using themes from both the offense and defense.
So besides Transfiguration, what were all those?
Yeah.
Apparently.
We had Heretigrip of the Second,
Yep,
Reach of
got that.
Desperation, Jerusalem, and Man with Withered Hand.
Man with Withered Hand, that's the one.
Yeah. Or should I say, Man with Withered Hand?
Flip him and say Man with Withered Hand. Him and the Prodigal Son are both like that, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, here's a rare we haven't seen yet. The Temple Veil mentioned earlier. It's a little bit like a Book of the Law. If you control a Gospel Human hero, you may look at opponent's hand. You may deactivate this artifact or bounce a Gospel hero not in battle. Entity heroes have site access. So I guess it's basically like combining Urim and Thummim with Book of the Law with old school Temple Veil.
But you don't get to activate a new artifact.
Right, yeah. So it kind of
I guess
protects
you just
itself.
turn it down so that they can't Joshua it.
Right, yep. Yeah, or, Chronicles or whatever.
Yeah, those two.
We got another Just a Hireling. The Repentant Thief. Another Mask of Fear. And Centurion at Capernaum. Let's see, I don't think I read the evil character set on this guy the first time. You may take a Gospel Fortress from reserve or deck if a unique Roman is in play, maybe add to a generic Roman. He might go into some Roman decks. I wonder if he counts as a Roman soldier for Emperor Nero. So identifiers as Roman Centurion. Kind of seems like...
I don't know.
Seems
Marcus on the stream?
Marcus, where you at?
Come through the stream, Marcus.
Hey, here's another Teaching in Parables. That's what I like to see.
Teaching in Parables.
And like this card also hits Lost Souls, so another good way to negate your opponent's undesirables. Centurion at Calvary. Another lost coin found.
Finding all the coins tonight.
Oh yeah. Ooh, we got another Pretension. Or not another, this is the first Pretension.
Yeah, first Pretension. What are you talking about?
Dude, I don't know. I also got 6 cards in this pack. We got a bonus card.
Did you really?
Yeah, we had Teaching in Parables and then 5 commons.
So it's 5 commons, not an extra rare. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
Maybe you'll get a bonus ultra rare.
Hey, could happen. We got a Meeting the Messiah, which I think that's the first one of those as well.
Yes, sir.
Take a good gospel card from reserve. Reserve evil non-humans and convert evil humans in battle. Cannot be prevented if used by a Samaritan. So it's another one of those. Territory class, get a little benefit or play in a battle to get that benefit, plus potentially win the battle. And another Jairus' Daughter. I think it was probably mentioned at one point, but originally Meeting the Messiah was basically just a reprint of old school Meeting the Messiah, but in gold. And they were like, yeah, no, we rotated those out for a reason.
Yeah. So you have not pulled just things that you can look forward to. You have not pulled the game's namesake. You have not pulled Redemption.
Yeah.
You have not pulled Love One Another. You have not pulled Proud Pharisee, Judas, Iscariot, and the Betrayer.
Emmanuel. Yeah, he jinxed me.
They doubled up on the same one.
Oh man.
I'll trade you an Ultra Rare Plus for two regular.
Oh well, that's very generous of you.
I don't see me needing more than one of those.
All right. Well, we got. Oh, wait a second.
Oh snap!
Dude.
You did it!
You just called it. You called it. What?
Oh my goodness! I called it.
What? And there. Yep.
Yes, no.
6 cards in this one.
Oh my goodness! Hey, will you just box the rest of that?
Oh my gosh!
Just send me the rest of that in case there's another mistake in it. You got like a super bonus box going on.
Oh my gosh!
Dude, that
That
is
was
awesome.
I was like, oh man, another one, and then oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right.
Let me make sure that we put the cross
I take it
and the
all
cross
back.
ultra rare.
I take it all back, everyone. This is okay. I'm okay with this.
Dude, the artwork on the ultra rare
Yeah,
plus
that
is
is. I
fantastic.
gotta bring that up here. Oh yeah, it's
And I
like
would like to say that I'm the first one to put together that was going to be an ultra rare for certain.
that's true. Yep,
After Gabe left the number 9 on it.
yep.
I wonder if he did that intentionally or if it just kind of slipped through. Knowing him, I would venture to say it's probably
Intentional, just
intentional. Yeah.
yeah. All
Yep.
right.
So that's
Whew,
the prodigal son.
gotta compose myself again. Yep. Prodigal son, gatekeeper maid,
Um, okay, there we go. Right.
ridicule, and restoring the afflicted.
Nice, nice. That is wild.
That was just the roller coaster that was, you know, it was like disappointment. Like if I had seen the Ultra Rare Plus first, I would have been like, oh yeah, I got, you know, a distinct one at least. I got a new rare here, so that's good. Got a Zacchaeus the Repentant, or Zacchaeus the
Nice,
Tax
nice.
Collector.
The wee little man. The wee little
Dude,
man was he.
this guy is awesome. Reserve an evil card in play or a set area. If you do not, you may choose an evil character to block. So reserve their shield, reserve one of their evil characters, reserve their only evil character if they don't have any others, and you know, or you can choose it to block. Evil side. While another thief is in play, negate enhancements in opponent's territories. If blocking, you may draw X. So evil side, you know, it's kind of hit or miss right now with the X being the number for thieves, so it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot. The good side is definitely going to be used a lot more, but I think when thieves come out, it's going to be a little bit hard to decide if you're playing NT Golden Thieves, you know, which side to play them on. Or you can use your Temple Veil to go back and forth. Actually, it's does that only bounce heroes? Yeah, bounce a Gospel hero, not that. Oh, it's worth a shot.
The
Use the good
prodigal
side
son.
first. Yeah, he just keeps coming back. That's a Bible joke for anyone who didn't catch that.
Yeah, I called
Go
it.
go
I just didn't
read
have time to laugh because I was trying to go find Golgotha.
go read Luke 15 if anyone's unsure about that. Gotta Golgotha, which is that's a new one.
You know what you still don't have, and you said you were really looking forward to it earlier, is Sidecar.
Is that a rare? I think it is.
I believe it. Let me. Oh, it's a common.
Oh,
Yeah, I
what?
was gonna say I think it's a common, but then
How
you
do
said
I-
you thought it was a rare, so I was gonna double check.
I mean, maybe I just kind of ascribing rare value to it because I think it's going to be good. We got to send the helper and 30 pieces of silver. First
Hey,
one of
look, there's
those.
a new card.
Right. Now we just need to get the Judas Iscariot to go with it. It says select an opponent. You may give this card to that player or discard it if you control Judas Iscariot to take a character from that player's territory to territory.
You you also don't have 3 nails yet, and that's one that I didn't get in either
Oh.
of my 2 boxes. So
Yeah, that's
3
gonna be
nails seems to be a little hard to come by.
that's gonna be a
But it is
I
a
don't know.
rare though on that one. So
Right.
makes sense a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little kind of skeptical on 3 nails, like how often it's going to be used. I mean, it's not too hard to have make hero unity, I guess, with all
Hey,
the
look at
bounce
there.
enhancements. Another transfiguration.
I don't
It's
know that you
really
want more than one of those, but
yeah, I guess it's too bad you can only have one Elijah in a type 2 deck or Elijah in Glory, I guess. I mean, I suppose I
yeah.
can see, you know, having one Elijah in Glory and then one regular Elijah. Can you do that? Actually, maybe not. Because the one's got.
Yeah,
No, I think you
I don't
can.
know.
Yep. You can have so up to 4 total and only one of Elijah in Glory. So I think you could have Elijah in Glory and then 3, you know, green Elijahs if you really want to. I don't think I read this the first time around. Interrupt the battle, empty hero event to Moses and Elijah from reserve, deck, and or territory cannot be negated. So basically, you know, plays back to the old school transfiguration that grabs them from deck or discard pile. This one does not go to discard pile, but that's because I guess the new Elijah in glory banishes himself, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, he banishes himself to protect your good cards.
Yeah.
And if I remember correctly, it's good cards. It's not good meat cards, which is really important.
Right.
There's a strong distinction there.
Yeah.
I also think he operates a little bit like, so if you do Transfiguration Interrupt and you just bring in Cloud of Witness Moses, it kind of operates. Now, it does only work while he's in battle, so if they can remove him from battle, then the negate, I guess, goes away. It seems like that's almost like one of those lurking plays to a guy that can negate from reserve on the evil side, but you're doing it on the good side. Make them waste a resource, then interrupt, bring in something to negate it, and then go ahead and bring in Elijah and Glory to go ahead and protect yourself moving forward.
Right, yeah. Is Elijah and Glory CBP?
He is CBP, I believe, and obviously cannot be negated generally because he's going to banish himself.
Right.
And then Transfiguration obviously is CBN so that you can grab Cloud of Witness Moses.
I guess the protect though, since it's activated in battle, you could still interrupt it with an interrupt the battle ability.
Yeah.
But we got another legacy rare Lost Soul, or Beak Lost Soul,
and that's the
legacy rare
reference.
Yep. Are there two legacy rare Beak Lost Souls?
No. I was just going, but see, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just to be uniform, it'd be nice if they had identifiers.
I feel like if he had a nickname, it'd be the Kneeler. Actually,
yeah.
I don't know. He kind of looks like he had like leprosy or something that he's kind of crying out to be healed.
Leper in the street.
Leper on the stone street with the guy kneeling, giving something to a child.
Also, skin disease, I guess, also works.
That's true. Yeah. We got a legacy rare Pharisees.
Nice.
Read them and weep. Yeah. And a self-righteous prayer.
Let's see.
You're trying to tell me that was the last legacy rare? Are we
I was trying to look at it, but then you called out the next card.
Oh.
Just call it the next one, and then I'll look at it.
All right. Well, packs. We got a self-righteous prayer and an obstinate Pharisee to go with it.
Obstinate Pharisee.
This would have been a nice little sealed deck pack or something. And you get obstinate Pharisee and self-righteous prayer to go with it.
All right. So you have one legacy rare you're missing. You want to see if you can figure it out real quick?
Oh man. I'll think about it as we open this pack.
Okay.
We got a Sent 2x2.
Hey, I don't think you had that one yet.
Yeah, I think that's the first. Territory class. If played in battle, you may take 2 disciples from deck, place in territory. Yep. While evil characters in battle, you may discard this card to add up to 2 disciples to battle.
That is your first copy of that one.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this card is really good. Also, the border looks kind of cool. It's like right at the bottom there, they're all like getting their nets to go fishing early in the morning, kind of.
Oh yeah, there's that one, and then there's another one I think has that too, like where you see it in the text box as the background.
Yeah,
I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I forget what the other one is. Maybe love one another. I don't know for sure though.
Then we got another Thaddeus. Walking on water. Philip of Bethsaida. And there he is. Man himself, Elijah in glory.
And see, he's CBP, right?
Yep. Yes. If Transfiguration is in battle, banish this card to protect your good cards from evil cards. Cannot be prevented. So yep, you can band him in with Cloud Moses at the same time. And whether you do Elijah first or Moses first doesn't really matter because if Elijah's activates first, he can banish himself before Moses would have a chance to negate him anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, it just really makes me wonder what Moses is gonna do, because there's gonna be a Moses.
Well,
So
I mean, I might know.
I know and there is. Okay, so the other legacy rare that you're missing is the Shut Door Lost Soul.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I think they were kind of going back and forth between that one and the Light by the Numbers Lost Soul.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We got another Undesirables, which is sweet. I'm sure that this card is going to be one of the most expensive rares in the set.
Yeah, I was shocked that wasn't like. I mean, I guess everything makes sense that they chose those ultra rares, like for the theme of the set and the artwork. They're all
hmm
fantastic. But in any other normal set, an ability like that, you would think would be on an ultra rare.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Morning Weep was a rare, I guess. That definitely could have been an ultra rare, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't because I feel like that would have made it less likely to get banned. Um, but I guess we got a replacement card for it, so maybe they would have replaced it with a different ultra rare that we gotten. So we got a Striking Herod, another Supercilious Scribes, another Surreptitious Scheme. Glad to see another one of those. Because like the searchability on this combined with the fact that it can be about a winner is I think what makes it a possible 4 of in Type 2. And just a good card in general, I guess. And My Lord and My God, another legacy rare. All good on that one.
I think so. Let me check the numbers. So we're at 61 plus 14, put you at 75 plus 2 extras. So 77. You had 2 packs that had 6 in them. So that makes sense.
Yep, and we opened 15 packs so far.
Yeah, we moved past our visible by 5 type of thing here. The 2 6-packs.
Sorry, just making things complicated.
I mean, it's not even Friday night and you're already opening up 2 6-packs.
I bet. Thirsty Thursday, man. You know how it goes. We got another Temple Priest. I saw the Golden Cherubim and I was like, oh, it's gotta be it. So there's at least 2.
I will tell you, I looked at a couple of my packs and it seems like those are all like staged with the so like there's repetition of packs that are like in a pattern.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Like if you see the one that's got like Golden Cherubim on top,
Yeah.
the last card in that pack's gonna be scattered, I think, or something like that. And then
Yeah,
one was scattered on front. It's got a certain order.
I
You
can
can
see
kind of tell
that.
what they are without looking them up, opening them if you've opened a couple of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of doubt, Rob's sitting there like, shuffling the starter deck cards and dealing them out. I think it's just kind of, grabbing stacks, which totally fine. The stacks are still semi-random, I guess. So, um, got a Kingdoms of the World, another one of those. Ooh, this is a common that I don't think we've gotten yet. Faithful Servant.
I do not think so.
Sweet.
Let's see.
Yeah, protect lost souls from evil cards. You may reserve an evil enhancement from opponent's deck, or hero my band to a New Testament hero of matching brigade.
Oh, we're right here, just because you mentioned that you wanted Sidecar earlier. You also don't have Fishing Boat yet.
No, huh?
That's one you probably want to go ahead and get to build some disciples.
I didn't playtest Disciples very much, so I honestly have no idea what Fishing Boat does off the top of my head.
I think it does. It holds any number of your disciples, like standard fortress style,
Mhm.
and then you can add if they remove your last
Oh, right.
hero in battle, you can add disciple from here.
Add to battle stuff, yeah. That's pretty good. We got another just a hireling.
Just a hireling. Let's see.
Got an Insincere Inquisitors. And oop, there he is. Mr. Judas.
Nice.
Judas Iscariot. If a player uses a draw ability, you may take an artifact or enhancement from their hand. That's I think that's a really cool ability. Then it
I
says,
don't see that guy not getting used.
yeah, I mean, like the tough part is that his evil side is so good too, though.
Yeah.
Yes, if
That's
attacking,
where
he can draw 2.
that's where you play like in type 2. Since you're a type 2 guy, can you have both of them in play, like evil and good, since they're
I
the
don't
same
believe
card but different
so.
people? Oh, okay. Well then, I
Yeah,
was gonna say in type 2 that'd be fun because you could play them both, but
right. Well, so
I can
Judas,
see that because it is the same person. You have to choose. Yeah.
yeah, I think that they're considered duplicates, sort of. Judas in particular, though, since he has 3 brigades on the card, you can only have one of them in a Type 2 deck anyway.
Oh, okay.
One of these days, we're gonna actually play that Type 2 game that I told you that I would build you a deck for.
I was just going by the fact that he has orange and crimson, and I was thinking, oh well, you can have 2 of those guys.
Right.
I got all about the other side I was talking about.
Yeah, so speaking of that orange and crimson side, he says restricted dominance may ban to a demon, or you may take an artifact from a deck. So I think that he's going to be pretty solid to either like end a banding chain and just restrict good dominance and take an artifact from your opponent's deck, or grab one of your own, or be just a part of a banding chain if you're a little more demons focused, which seems pretty good.
I'll be honest, I can't wait to use that guy. He looks crazy.
Very good, very good. All right, another clinging to power.
If somebody's just turning this on and they see that you're gonna open 3 boxes and they see 3 crosses laying there, they probably feel real bad for you and missed all the excitement from before.
That's true. Yeah, maybe I should have like a title across the top here, just saying like box 2. People be like, wait, what's going on? They probably think the video is almost over too, since we're just over halfway.
Box 2 had the cross.
Yep.
And the cross.
Maybe box 3 is gonna have the ultra rare plus the cross. It's just gonna be all 4 crosses.
Dude, that would be hilarious if you did that, especially that it's on live stream. I'm not wishing that on you.
It's like, Emmanuel, oh, you're both of your ultra rares in your boxes were the cross. Well, I opened 3 boxes and got 4 crosses.
Right now, you've only opened 2 and got 3. Which is...
Yeah, I suppose I can just one up them just like that.
Yeah, like, hey, I got 3 in my 2 boxes.
Yep. All right, so we got the clinging to power. We got emphatic incriminators. A Malcus. Another Matthew, which is going to be nice. Get 2 of him in a Type 2 deck here.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even think about that. So you don't have to worry about flipping him.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I guess if he survives the battle, you still have to, do something with the other one before you can play the first one, or the second one. Then we got a Callous Conspirators. I want to say this is the first one that we've gotten. This guy, right?
Callous Conspirators.
So select a brigade. You may play a Meatclaw Soul from deck to protect this card from selected brigade. After battle, you may underdeck a Meatclaw Soul. Cannot be prevented.
That is your first. There is a ton of cards that you don't have yet. I don't wanna be Debbie Downer here, but besides obviously the ultra rares,
right?
You've got Annis the Elder, Burial Shroud, Burial, Concealed Riches, Crowd's Choice, Disciples of the Pharisees, Distort the Truth, Doom Speakers, Dubious Doubters, False Accusations, Fishing Boat, High Priest Palace. I didn't get that one either. That's ultra rare. Let's see.
Rob just got on. He said, "Did you really pull 3 crosses?" Lol. To answer
2
your
in
question,
1 box, sir.
To answer your question, Rob, I did open 3 crosses, but I haven't touched this box yet.
You need a Mary Holy Virgin, Proud Pharisee. You're gonna want that one. And then, of course, I mentioned earlier you hadn't pulled Redemption, Samaritan Water Jar,
Oh yeah, that's another one that I
Strike the
was looking to.
Shepherd, Sycar, Talitha Kum.
Hey,
Um,
speaking of which, here it is. Cross that off the list.
oh, okay.
Um, yeah, that's the only one we haven't gotten so far in this pack, but uh, we've got a Caiaphas the Conspirator. Is that rare? Second one of those dudes.
You said,
Caiaphas.
okay.
Um, Simon the Zealous. Choose the Blocker Disciple. Got another Gates of Hell. The Talitha Kum that we were talking about.
You confused me when you said this, and it was like at the back of the pack. So I thought you were opening another pack, and I had missed a
Oh,
punch.
I
I was
was,
scrambling for a
like,
second.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was just looking while you were listing all the cards I didn't have because I was, you know, or Daniel's wondering what the cross does. Restricts dominance.
does.
Toss all enhancements with negated in the special ability. While every deck is empty, if your meek empty hero is successful in battle, rescue any number of lost souls and or meek heroes. So it's very much an alternate win condition card where the conditions are pretty strict, but very high payoff, I guess.
Useful for the other abilities too.
Yeah, absolutely.
The gray enhancement there at the end. Have you called that one out yet?
Yeah, Pretension. I have not called
Pretension.
it yet.
Okay.
Glad to. I think that should be the second one of those.
Yes.
You can tell
you didn't get first.
the cards that I pay the most attention to how many I get are the ones where I'm like, oh, I want 4 of those for type 2. Pretension is definitely one of those. Also, another awesome card that for Sycar. So you get a draw 3 instead of a draw 2. Rob, I would probably be willing to trade one of these for one of the ultra rares that I didn't open, as long as I don't open all of the other ones in my last box here. But
Which normally that wouldn't be possible, but we're not calling anything off after that box.
Exactly. Yeah, Rob, I think you might need to go back and rewatch opening this pack. It was, I don't know how long ago, maybe like 20 minutes ago, where I was like, these were both in the same pack, and I opened this one, and I was like, oh man, I got a duplicate, and then I pulled it back inside of the other one, and John went crazy. I was calm the whole time, but
yeah, that's how it was. Go back and roll the footage.
We got our first Annecy Elder here.
I think you were legitimately disappointed, and it turned real quick.
Man. He says, if blocking, you may underdeck a Lost Soul or 2 Meek Lost Souls. May ban to a unique Sadducee. If opponent has used the search ability this turn, your Sadducees cannot be negated. So this guy is pretty sweet.
Bonkers, in other words.
All right, gotta find that High Priest plot now. So I'm pretty sure it's not Caiaphas in the background, but they have the same background. It's just the colors are slightly different. I just lost the spot there. There we go. Yeah, I pulled 2 crosses in 1 pack, Rob. So then we got another Legacy Rare Sadducees.
Sadducees. Still need that shut door.
We got a St. Patrick. Another Plague of Frogs. And a Lost Coin found. We found 3 of those now.
Yeah, that's the third one. Um, and that gives you 2 plagues of plague of frogs. So you got 2 of each of the final 2 plagues.
Nice. Ooh, hey, there's a fishing boat.
Look, there it is.
I'm on a boat. Sorry, had to. Once per turn, if an opponent removes their last hero from battle, you may add a hero from here to battle.
Yeah. It holds any number of disciples.
Yeah, you were pretty spot on with the ability there.
I wonder if it holds the disciples of the Pharisees. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
We got another persistent widow.
He is pretty persistent. I think that's 3 now.
Yeah, yeah, that's all right. She works well with Joshua, so you know. Although I guess if you draw her with Joshua, then you don't get the star ability. So
yeah,
got another amazing faith, another duplicity, and another meeting the Messiah. Very, very gold pack right here. Especially because it's got like the 2 gold cards with like gold borders as well. This is like almost looks like an old school ultra rare with the gold border. All right, here we go. 4 packs left in this one. Another Jesus Appears is our rare.
Jesus Appears. Okay.
So he does. There he is. And a Ridicule.
Ridicule seems to be pretty popular. I pulled a good bit of those. That's your 3rd out of this box, and you had 1 from the first. So.
Dang. Well, too bad I can only use 2 of them in a deck. Huh?
Yeah.
We've got Self-Righteous Prayer. Another Jairus' Daughter. And another Galileans. It's nice. Lost Souls, like even the common Lost Souls are usually kind of tougher to come by, or seem to be a little bit rarer. So yeah, Daniel's saying maybe introducing Redemption to some of your friends. What do you suggest? And if you're talking about introducing, like teaching them the game, definitely the I and J starter decks. If you want
with
them.
The new cards.
Right. Yep. And if you're just wanting to get them to be like, oh, the artwork in this set is awesome, this set is probably a good one to go with.
Is that Watchful Servant?
That is a Watchful Servant. Don't mind having another one of those. It's a nice generic single brigade hero, so you can have a few of them in Tech 2. Unfortunately, it does only ban to a unique and 2 gold hero, so you can't chain them. But to answer your question, Mega Man Land Prime, Silver / Angels and Wave 1, believe are just legacy rares. So the Striking Herald, like I mentioned, and then the Angel of Warning here. Nice timing on him. But yeah, more of the Angels will be coming in Phase 2. We got a Repentant Thief / the Condemned Thief. Got a Dubious Doubters. Dubious. And an I Am He.
That is a new card. So that's your first one of those.
Oh, really? Huh.
You might want to read that one.
Yeah, that was I guess I remember the if blocking negate a good card from a different card, so I was like, oh, I must already have this one. But yeah, if blocking negate a good card, you may banish any number of cards from an opponent's discard pile. If you banish at least 1, protect a Lost Soul or up to X Meek Lost Souls from rescue. Is Faithful Servant promo still legal? It is not legal in rotation, but it is legal in classic categories. I am he there. Yep. Yeah, that was
starting to memorize the artwork a little bit now.
Yeah, even the blurry pictures you can or blurry video.
And if you recall, I'm still looking upside down.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
That's a little bit more
you're
difficult.
you're gonna start just playing all of your cards upside down uh, in regular games because you're gonna get to know them
it,
better that way.
it would help out the opponent in the online tournaments.
That's true. Yeah, I just realized that
Is that 3 nails? Look at
that
that.
is. Yeah, I just realized in Luke and Josh's game that went live today, by the way, or I recorded it and posted it today. But there's an option in Lackey for having your opponent's cards uh, be upside down, or I guess, facing you, so it looks more like a playing surface. I think it would still be kind of weird for me, but I don't know. Maybe we'll try it out. Anyway, 3 nails. If any of you like A New Beginning, this card is going to be right in your wheelhouse. It has Unity, Heroes Meek. So all of your heroes have to be meek. It says, if opponent has board advantage, you may banish this card. If you do, shuffle all cards in play, set aside areas and hands, and each player must draw 8, regardless of protect abilities, cannot be negated. So,
And the important thing about that is that's different than A New Beginning is it doesn't restart anything.
right.
So, without giving away any type of plays or lines of play directly, if you can pull that off by activating it in battle, a la you play delivered or something.
Yeah.
Either way, if you can pull that off in battle, it just kind of like the battle fizzles.
Another tubal cane target go along with our unholy
Yeah.
writ. You do have to have Unity Meek heroes on your opponent's turn if you're trying to activate it with like pagan sailors or tubal cane. So if you bounce all of your non-meek heroes, your opponent might catch on that that's what's going on. But still pretty good, and it cannot be negated, so it gets around all those negate neutrals nonsense.
Although, to be honest, I'm surprised with all of the like bounce any number of heroes. We haven't seen anybody try to slide in A New Beginning dominant.
That's true.
As much as like Noah's just everywhere, you can bounce everybody but him, and then drop it down and reset the game.
Mm.
Could be a decent tech, like if you have a deck where you can like give up the dom slot, or if you're running like 57 for the extra.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Well, now with GoC, I feel like finding that dom slot's going to be kind of tough.
Yeah.
We got a Centurion at Calvary. And next card is our most popular, everyone's favorite, the Prodigal Son.
You're not gonna hit him with a joke again?
No, I think that maybe if I get another one.
It's 3 from each box now. He's consistent.
Yep. Hey, well, don't jinx it. There might be one in here too.
You had 3. You got 3. You got 3 evil ones and 3 good ones.
There we go.
There you go. There's your joke.
We got a Strict Sabbath and the Ascension.
Ascension, and you said Strict Sabbath.
Yep. All right, last pack, the second box.
You are obviously they're different cards, but just in the amount of cards that you had left over, it was I think 51 after the first box or something like that.
Yeah.
And just have one more card from the second box. Obviously, you've got different ones that you're missing from each box since they're kept separately.
Right.
But you're just one away from having the same amount of unique cards from the second box.
Huh. It's not bad. Yeah. Makes me think, or I guess hints that the boxes are fairly evenly distributed, yeah. I guess.
Unless you get Rob's boxes, and then you're just like, yeah, I've got everything.
Yep. Well, we got another Simon the Host here. It's our last rare from this box. And we got a Golgotha, which, like Rob Smith said, there are 3 crosses on it. So I guess the last ultra rare in my last box has to be his sacrifice. Which, I'd be all right with it, but an AOC is it's what I'd really like to see.
How upset do you think Derek got seeing you open that, or Will seeing you open that, knowing it could have been one of the one boxes he opened?
Yeah, he was. I think he was doing me a favor. He weighed all the boxes and it's like, oh, this one's 2 cards heavier. We gotta send that
You're
one to
you're
jail.
really you're really gonna roll with that, huh? Don't
Right.
forget the extra ink that it takes for a full art.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if
Gotta weigh
Derek
those
factored
packs.
that in. Oh, we got another Harvest Lost Soul.
Harvest Lost Soul.
Got a Wandering Spirit. And another Citizens of Sychar. Unlike Watchful Servant, Citizens of Sychar. Oh wait, no, never mind. They say different Samaritan, so you can't even ban to another Citizens of Sychar. It's man, I just want to ban to a whole bunch of duplicates and reserve their whole deck. All right, that is box 2.
And so you should have had 120 cards out of there, right?
Um,
I'm doing math right.
Sounds right, except for I guess
Yeah.
122 with the.
Yeah. So we ended with 122 there. So even with the 2 extra cards, well, actually, you ended up going down there at the end because of that box. You got 2 cards closer, filling out a set from that one box.
Nice.
As far as like unique cards go, so.
All right, how much time we got for box number 3 here?
Basketball practice got canceled.
Oh,
I don't know why. She said they didn't say why. So
is it too cold for you guys down there?
no, I don't think that. We did have some tornadoes come through today, so
Ah,
they might have just played it safe with the weather, even though the weather's gone.
sure. Tornadoes, man.
Yeah, tornadoes were like they were given like tornado watches, and there was a couple of warnings for like specific like storms that had touched down.
Mm.
And I went to a pond near work or a small lake near work, and I was out there fishing.
Nice.
It was good fishing weather,
Yep.
Pass that up.
Well, here's a rare that I'm happy to see that we haven't seen yet. A Crowd's Choice. Card number 1 in the set. The good side is you may take a good card from deck or reserve, and the evil side is you may take an evil card from deck or reserve. So this card has struck up a little bit of debate on whether or not it's worth it as like always the 7th dominant, or if having the sheer power of an extra dominant is better. But
What
yeah.
say you?
I say I lean more on the having the other 7th dominant. Like I don't think
Yeah.
this is necessarily a 7th dominant. I think that this is really good in like combo decks, or if you're trying to set something up really quickly.
Now keep in mind that it can go get Jeshua.
That's true. That's its one redeeming factor, that maybe it does belong as the 7th dominant.
Does that love one another there?
That is love one another.
Nice. I don't think you have this one, but does that?
Oh yeah, yep. That
the
is.
text box. Does it have the?
Yep.
It's got the fisherman.
Yeah, that's nice. And we got another Obstinate Pharisee.
He's getting popular.
Got a Distort the Truth, which I think that was on your list of cards that I haven't seen yet.
It was.
Nice. I didn't even read Love One Another. I'll go back to that. Select up to X evil cards, convert the selected humans, and bounce the rest, regardless of protectabilities if used by a meek hero. So it's kind of fitting with the theme of dealing with all types of evil characters, not just humans or non-humans. And it has an X in the strength, which is the number of your meek clay cards, and also an X in the number that you're selecting. And then Distort the Truth, negate a good card, protect meek lost souls from rescue this turn. And the last card, Life in the Sun. I believe that's the 3rd one of those, so we're getting pretty close to a type 2 play set.
That is your fourth. So you've got
Ooh.
the playset.
All right. No more Life in the Sun in this box. We don't need it anymore. Yeah.
Don't you find it ironic? Like, I know that it obviously means sun, but then it has like the moon on the card, but it's called Life in the Sun.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that the other day when
Like,
Derek was looking up like the sun cards.
yeah,
Like,
like if you tell somebody Life in the Sun, you think, like good warm weather, and then it's got it's got a moon
oh,
in the artwork.
oh,
There it
oh,
is. I called it.
oh. All right. I don't think there's another one behind it.
If there is, you can send it to my address.
No. All right. Well,
Uh,
we gotta. This is the one I really wanted because, like,
It's the one everyone really wants.
right. I mean, well, for sure, because it's the classic AOC art here.
But what's crazy is it's even better than the original.
Oh, it is so good. I mean, I guess there's an argument to be made for for purple decks that
Look, even the
don't
dog
run
wants it.
disciples. I know he's.
She's like, let me drool on it.
I would let you up, but I don't trust you, so it's okay. I don't think people can see him in the video. We've got, I cropped that out a little bit. Sorry, guys. This is my nep dog, Jovi. I know it's been a long time. Do you want to go out and be free? Just don't bark at things. I wandered, but don't be too loud. All right. I guess I can read it for people. The star ability, just set aside a hero from hand for 2 turns. On return, draw 3. So I'm pretty sure that's the star ability almost identically from Fountains of Living Water. I think it maybe lets you draw 2 instead. And the enhancement, discard all evil characters that you do not control. Cannot be negated if used by a meek disciple. So the discard side or effect is one-sided this time, but the CBN portion is conditional on being used by a meek disciple.
I also think, like, I don't know how much thought they put into making it only the ones that you control, which makes it really strong. But it also means that it doesn't hit, like, if someone gives you fools or something to your territory, because it only gets rid of the ones you don't control, so you would control those. So it allows the fools to still be, active in your territory if you play it.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if that went into their thought process or anything, but I did think about that.
Yeah. At least it doesn't say that you do not own.
Yeah, I bet some people would like that.
I mean, I guess then it would kind of have the downside of like if they ban 2 your evil characters, then it's not necessarily going to win you the battle. So,
Yeah.
all right, we got another Citizens of Sychar.
If you could trade them for their city.
That would be nice. We got a False Accusations. Negate a good
There's
card.
another new one.
Yeah, negate a good card if used by a Sadducee. Negate good enhancements of a selected brigade. It cannot be negated if you control a meek lost soul. I guess the other thing with this authority price versus the old one is that the old one does not get tossed by Colosseum. This one does. So that's something, I guess. Got a Meeting the Messiah. Take a good gospel card from reserve. We've already had this one a few times actually. So, and another Susanna.
How many boxes have you opened, or packs, not boxes?
This is that was pack 2 of this box.
That was pack 2. So I opened my ultra rare in one of my boxes in the second one. I guess it was maybe the first box I opened,
Mm-hmm.
and then Rob said his was in the second slot. So the second slot's pretty hot for that.
Second slot.
Somehow I have 12 cards listed. Oh, okay. Hold on, I've got it. I don't know why there was a 3 on the level and another instead of a 1. There we go. We're good.
Should have put the 3 on authority of Christ. Come on, man.
Yeah, it doesn't make it true, bud.
All right, and we got a
Reveal
gathering the
this card if you
Sanhedrin.
do multiply it, and then the multiplication is just Chris sending you paperback copies.
Let's see, is there a loaves and fishes in here? The starter deck cards. All right, rare in this pack, gathering the Sanhedrin. Nice big CBN Bandall. A question in Christ. A disciples of the Pharisees, which that might be the first one of those, I think, right?
Questioning Christ. Let me get that one, but I think that is the first one.
Yeah, so it says you may draw X, limit 3. If you do not, you may play a meek lost soul from deck to resurrect a generic Pharisee. Cannot be prevented. And so, yeah, Pharisees and Sadducees, we're seeing a little bit of, or a few ways for them to resurrect evil characters, which is something that isn't super common, but I think it's pretty cool. It's kind of a back to old school marketplace from Disciples. And then we've got the two uns, the unpardonable and the untouchable.
Hey, if I'm right, then that makes it easy to put them in because they're right beside each other.
Hopefully, yeah.
All right, I'm calling the next rare in your pack. It's going to be Concealed Riches.
Ooh, I'd be on board with that as long as there's a sidecar in the pack too.
High Priest Plot.
Hey, I mean that's
still a good one.
Yeah, I'll take duplicates of that one.
You want those, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably want the High Priest Palace too, though. So
that would be
look
good.
Out for that.
Yep. Got a St. Patrick. Citizens of Sychar.
They're trolling you now.
You know what? I will take any number of Prodigal Sons for getting a double cross pack, you know. That's okay. And then we got a Plotting Priest's son. All right. Hey.
What's the last card there? Oh, okay.
Got his outside the room privileges revoked.
You're up to 7 Prodigal Sons.
Oh boy.
If you get up to 12, you can be Father Abraham with your sons.
Father Abraham had many sons.
Wait.
I think you're talking about Jacob, though, right?
Yeah. Yes,
maybe his great grandsons, right?
But there's no catchy songs for the 12 of Jacob there.
That's true. Sure, there's got to be something just for people to remember them, right? We got.
Please excuse my dear Reuben and.
See, P. Are there any P's? I don't think there were. Patriarchs. So we got a Kingdoms of the World. Rare in that pack. Another Spirit as a Dove. Like to see that. Captain of the Guard. The Centurion at Calvary. And Restitution Extortion. Don't think I've seen that card since the first box.
No. You had 2 in the first box, none in the second.
Right. Another Caiaphas the Conspirator. Number 3 of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir.
Hey, there's a card we haven't seen yet.
Yes, there you go. That's such a fun looking card.
Come on. Oh, I was hoping there was a side card in here to go with it. But,
you were gonna be. What if that you come down and that's your one card you don't have?
You know,
because it was the one that like we were about like 5 packs in or something like that, maybe a little bit more. Like, oh yeah, and I would like to get the sidecar to go with, the citizens,
yep,
and you jinxed yourself.
yep, probably. You know what? If that's the only card and it's a common, I'll take that. I'll go to your turn games and order 4 of them from Derek. um,
Raise the price, Derek. Hurry up and do it. You're making money.
Jerusalem, just the hireling, and another Malcus. I feel like someone watching is probably just gonna go up to your turn games and buy them
Buy
all
them
out.
all.
Yeah.
All right, let me make sure my numbers are right. Okay, yeah, I'm sitting at 30, so you've opened 6 packs, right?
Yep.
Okay.
5 rares and an ultra rare. Another sent 2x2. I feel like Prodigal Son.
Bob Smith said 10 virgins is a good card. I wouldn't know.
Oh.
It's one of the ones I don't have.
Ooh, he also just said that he pulled 5 sidecars, so if I don't pull one, he'll send me one. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Looking out for my
I'll trade you.
my
I'll
NT
trade you
gold.
all of my unholy writs for all of your sidecars.
Yeah, they supercilious scribes.
Supercilious scribes.
Got a Peter's curse.
Oh, Pete's curse.
The Repentant
Pete's curse
Thief.
was a spider bite, right?
I think so, yeah. And if I remember the movies correctly. Which I just saw the new one a few weeks ago, and that was
Really?
pretty
Was
good.
it good?
Oh yeah, I would highly recommend it if you're into that sort of thing.
What does just a hireling do?
It's kind of like the old one, but a little bit better. Discard your Pharisee or Sadducee to shuffle up to 3 lost souls, or any number of meek lost souls cannot be prevented if you control a meek lost soul. So it added any number of meek lost souls and CVP if you have a meek lost soul. So strictly a facelift on that one, which is sweet. And last card was I don't know if you got Repentant Thief, but it's that one, and then Dubious Doubters.
Repentant thief. Let's see. All right. And then dubious doubters.
Yep. The Doobie Brothers.
That's at 35, so we're good. Yeah, I got them all.
Another Vine Growers Rebellion.
I'll say it again. You can't have too many of that one.
That's true. Get those board wipes. Another Meek Lost Soul. John 8.
Look at you, man.
We got 3 of these now, and I think 2 of the legacy rares. So
if you average one a box of those, that's not bad.
yeah, I'll take it. An Insincere Inquisitors. And the Callous Conspirators.
I
suppose the nice part about it is that the alliteration, I think, will help remind us what the cards are, or the names of the cards, like Insincere Inquisitors. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Insincere.
maybe makes up for the big words like Inquisitors and Conspirators and Supercilious.
Yeah, like Supercilious is one of those, and then what's the other one? It's like one that like you can say it, but it takes you a second. Like Repudiating Rulers.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't think I've gotten that one. Have I?
You can say that one just looking at it, but you have to like stop, think about it, and then say it. Repudiating, like
yeah.
I mean, I guess as it grows, you'll be able to, but
right. Yeah.
You interact with it a little bit more, but
repudiating.
Puking rulers.
That can be a podcast episode. It'll just be like pronunciation for all these GoC cards. Just
you learn a new language.
Yeah.
Learn GoC.
Yep. And the last card here is another lost coin found.
Lost coin. You're gonna have $1. You put all these quarters together.
Doesn't say what the value of the coin is. Yeah. Maybe the air
I just
porters.
had to throw something in there.
Yeah,
Probably a denarius.
that's true. Yeah, pretty sure a denarius was about a day's wage, so I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Making more money today opening this box than I did working today.
Don't forget to think about how much you spent to get the box.
That's true.
I think you're
That's
still
true.
operating in the negative here.
That's
Although you
quite
did get
possible.
an extra ultra rare, which is crazy.
That's true. Yeah. We got another Temple Veil. Glad to see another one of these. That was one that'll probably. I mean, it's kind of generic for gospel themed decks. I think Rob M Studios just joined again and saw the crosses there. Um, got a
three wooden crosses.
Got a Philip of Bethsaida. Another Harvest Time.
Boy. Let me
Philippe.
Philly boy.
On the other side is Philip the Pragmatic. He's a 12-8.
Yeah.
It's pretty solid numbers on.
I like the pragmatic side.
Yeah.
Those are some pretty good numbers.
Yeah.
And then Harvest Time was the other.
Yep. Another Faith is a mustard
Harvest
seed.
Times.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. This is a card that I'm really glad it was common just to see for like limited stuff. Like it's really good, but it doesn't go in every deck.
It's gonna speed up booster draft.
Yeah.
If you do some booster draft with these packs.
Right.
Like I can't tell you how many times in booster Soul Drought is a determining factor in winning the game or not.
Yep, absolutely. We got a Faith as a Mustard Seed and Washed by Christ.
Washed by Christ.
And I'd say maybe even more so than in Sealed deck than in Booster, but I mean definitely in both. I guess in Sealed deck you've got like the one Soul Gen thing built in, but it's really gonna only be that one, so you have to open something in your in the packs that you open, whereas in Booster you see more cards, so you can draft a little more easily.
Imagine Sealed where you grab Authority of Christ and the decks play out the way that they play out in their speed is usually just grabbing and placing things down to be at 8 or less.
Yeah.
In your hand. You can just completely annihilate a defense with that.
That's true. Yeah, you're gonna have to be a little bit careful if you're playing against
so if you're playing Sealed, you probably want to hold some back.
Yeah. All right, got another Lost Sheep, Good Shepherd. And an Emphatic Incriminators.
Emphatic about it.
Oh yeah, so emphatic. Of course, the verse says vehemently charging him. Yeah, they could have gone with vehement incriminators.
I don't know if that one rolls off as well.
Yeah, not quite.
Vehement.
Sounds too much like behemoth.
Yeah.
We got another Centurion at Capernaum. The Entrapping Pharisees. And an Unholy Writ.
Hey, look, there's the Unholy Writ.
Yeah, another one of those. It's nice.
You still have not found that shut door, though.
Man, it's I played too many good dominants. It's hiding from me. Oh, there's a Burial Shroud.
Nice. That's the first one of those.
Kind of slept on this one a little bit in play testing. Not sure like how great it is, but I don't know. Maybe it's if there's an easy enough way to access it from reserve, then it probably goes in there. Because early in the game, it's probably not going to do a whole lot for you. At least in the first round, getting reserve heroes and discard pile, you're not going to have too many. But it says if your anti-human hero is removed from battle by an opponent's special ability, you may discard this card to add a hero from discard pile or reserve to battle. So nice little add to battle for just generically anti-human decks, I guess.
Crucify.
Got a Temple Guard. Oh man, I saw the Lost Soul. I saw that it was a Lost Soul in us.
Oh, you got excited.
Lost Soul and a Legacy Rare, but not the right one.
Looks like you're unholy. So Rob's got unholy writ. You're gonna have shut door, lost soul.
Hey, I mean, honestly, I'll take the shut. Or I'll take the meek lost souls over the unholy writ any day at least. Like, I've got 3 of these now, I think. So I'm almost at 7 meek GOC
And,
lost
and
souls.
that's a ridicule there.
Yep.
And let me just double check my numbers. Make sure. Whole pack. We're at 55. Okay. Yep. Good. Unless you pull some more 6-packs.
Come on, here we go.
Here it is.
Ooh, another boat.
Fishing boat.
I believe that there's a sidecar in this pack as well. Just
Do you
feeling it.
believe that?
I'm feeling it.
All right. I feel it for you too. Wandering Spirit.
Wandering Spirit. No, this is just going to be all legacy rares. Not quite. Mask of Fear. Thaddeus. And another Galilean Snow sidecar.
Thaddeus. Where are you, Thaddeus?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mega Man Land saying AOC, then Mayhem when they attack to take out the hand and evil characters too. Or when you attack, yeah. As long as I don't draw any evil characters off of Mayhem, I suppose. But I mean, they're probably not going to draw, synergy.
What was the last card in there?
Galileans also.
Galileans.
Yeah.
It gives you 3 of those if you're wondering about that. 1 in each pack or each box so far.
Nice.
I really did not prepare for this long live stream. I did not get anything to drink sitting here, so
Oh, no. If you need to go take a water break, that is quite all
nah,
right.
it's okay. If I get up, I'm just going home.
Fair enough. Well, we've got only half a box left, so we're getting
we're
close.
good. I'm good. I'll probably get in trouble, but we're good.
You can say it was worth it. You got to witness the double cross opening again.
Double cross.
So yeah, another lost sheep, good shepherd. It's 2 in the last 4 packs. Another striking Herod.
Got a proud Pharisee.
That's a proud Pharisee. That's the first one of those, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. You said that other thing, the legacy rare was striking Herod, right?
Yep. So, Proud Pharisee's territory class says if an opponent uses a search ability, you may take a New Testament gray card from reserve or deck if you control a meek lost soul. If blocking, you may draw X, limit 3, which is the number of your meek lost souls. So, pretty good meek lost soul synergy, otherwise still decent because you get to grab any NT gray card from your reserve. So, just kind of an evil character, evil enhancement, whatever you need there. Got a Plague of Frogs.
Plague of Frogs. Okay.
And a Who is Without Sin. Yeah, Mega Man Land. GOC Thaddeus is definitely not as OP as Disciples Thaddeus. Yeah. I can't remember what he does off the top of my head.
So, one.
No, he's not as OP. I'll tell you that much for now. If I open another one, I'll read him again. Come on, Psychar. Jesus appears.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure. Did we mess up something in the last pack?
No.
Okay.
I was counting how many unique ones were missing.
Oh, I see. Rob, I guess I clearly think buying 3 boxes is the way to go. I think for most people, 2 is probably sufficient. If you're just a kind of casual type 1 player, 2 will get you most of the cards in the set. Potentially not a sidecar, but Uh,
All right, so if my numbers are right, 16, and that's including all of the like other versions of the ultra rares.
oh, 16 missing.
Yeah, and that's including like his sacrifice twice
Right.
and
Okay.
the other version of Authority of Christ.
It's not bad.
But you knew you were going to be missing some of those.
Right. So we got a Jesus Appears. So rare. We got another Susanna. Old Susie. Got a Bartholomew. Amazing.
Bartholomew the true. It was true. Did you know that?
I did not, but I think that is true. It says, "Here is truly an Israelite in whom there is no deceit."
That makes sense.
That's what Jesus said about him, so I'll take his word for it. We got Amazing Faith.
Another troll job.
And False Accusations. The Watchful Servant number 3.
Yep. One in each box.
Yeah. Got another Plague of Hail, which I think that brings me up to one of each box, or one for each box of those as well.
Yeah, but you skipped box 2 had 2 and 1, but you do have 3 of those and 3 of the other plague.
Gotcha. So we got a Repudiating Rulers. There's that one. Repudiating.
We talked them up.
Yeah. I don't think this is the first one of those, right?
No, I think you got one in the first box.
Right, yeah. He's the guy who bounces character in territory and can grab a battle winner from Evil NT Great card from reserve or deck. You control an equal soul, so
it's been a while on him, but
yeah. I got another Angel of Warning, Legacy Rare. And another The Good Samaritan.
The Good Samaritan. Okay. On my count, we have 75 cards open, so we're good.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs left, including this one, so that tracks, adds up. And,
hey, we can math.
Yeah, hey. Another
now
Mind
you might be
Growers
getting tired
Rebellion.
of that card.
Yeah, we're kind of getting there. Got a Restoring the Afflicted.
Restoring the Afflicted.
And now it's just rubbing it in, giving me all these good gold cards, but no sidecar. Another Persistent Widow. And a Surreptitious Scheme. It's number 3 of those, which I'm happy about. And a Faithful Servant.
Faithful Servant, I think. That gives you just 2 of those now.
I can only have two in Type 2 decks, so that's alright. Of course, he doesn't really do anything like banding to himself. He just protects Lost Souls an extra time and gets you
your
more
sidecar is
numbers.
going to be in here.
You think so?
Yeah.
So it's clinging to power. But the Lord's Prayer, this card. I don't know if I've got one of these yet. That's
Nope. First one of this.
Yeah, this one's a really good card. You can shuffle this card to take a good gospel enhancement from deck or reserve. So it's basically like a Faith or Emmaus Road, but for any of your gospel enhancements. Like, it doesn't go to discard pile like some of them, but it's about as close as you can get to like a Soldier's Prayer and consider the lilies and stuff in rotation.
Oh, look, another new card.
Hey, Redemption. I should. Yeah, I did read that. Hey, Buddy, we're almost done. We're almost done. Redemption says select up to X evil cards, convert the selected humans, and reserve the rest. The star ability on this one is a little bit better than average, I think. Protect meek heroes from evil cards until end of turn. So if you can find a way to like top deck that consistently and like keep using the star ability, then it's pretty solid.
Really good off of a token.
Yeah. Got another Fear of Man. And the Romans destroy Jerusalem.
I'll say it again, that card looks so good.
Oh yeah.
A legacy rare of that.
That's pretty sweet.
All right.
All right, fine. Just don't pull out my headphones.
I think I might have missed one out of there. What was all 5 of those?
The Lord's
Clinging
Prayer.
to Power was the Lord's Prayer, Redemption, Romans destroy Jerusalem. What was the
Fear of Man.
I put that in here too.
Did you put it on the box too or something again?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. Might just have to live with my mistake on this one.
Oh man, can't
I
believe
don't know
you.
about finding it.
I hired you for one reason, so that you wouldn't mess up. Here we are.
Here we are. I guess you're just gonna have to fire me and hire someone else.
I guess so. Yeah. Oh, maybe after this box.
Oh yeah, see, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes there's strategy involved with when you let an employee go. Sometimes it's after they get the majority of work done.
That's understandable.
It's hard to replace them that day.
Yep. All right, we got another good seed. This card's probably gonna go in a few decks, so it's all right for me to see.
There you go. You hadn't expert lawyer. You didn't have one of those.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so he's the Pharisee version of the evil anti-enhancements used by this card, regardless of protect abilities. This guy also says, if blocking, you can play a Meek Lossel from deck to take a New Testament Great Enhancement from discard pile. Cannot be prevented, so I think maybe does the same thing as the Sadducee one, but just with gray instead of black.
And that's why that one enhancement, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. The one that manages itself. So you can't keep getting it back with that guy. Is it Vine Growers?
I don't think. No, Vine Growers.
There's one that's really good, but you have to banish it or something.
I can't think of it. Well, maybe we'll come across it.
Yeah, I know it exists.
Expelled from Heaven. Got another The Ascension. This kind of reminds me of an underrated card from, I think it was Early Church or maybe Persecuted Church, of One Mind. That just makes you place it in territory and it makes your banned abilities on clay cards CBN. We got a Self-Righteous Prayer. All right, and pack 6 from the last. Here, got another Jarvis. And says you may reveal a good diamond from hand to negate other cards in battle. May bandage your starter from hand, territory, reserve, or discard pile. I guess we already read that a couple times, but just, it's a good one, so I wanted to read it again. We got the 5th Lost Coin Found, so we're halfway to all 10. And the 5th Life in the Sun, so weren't supposed to have any more of those, but that's all right. Now I can have a Type 2 deck and a Type 1 deck built at the same time, so I guess that's all right.
That's right. Think of the positivity.
Yeah. I've got another Good Samaritan and the Thankful Leopard. Hopefully those are Should be pretty close to each other. We didn't.
Thankful leper. Yep. What you really need for your New Testament gold is the woman at the well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I don't think I've gotten her either. Yeah,
You have not.
her and Sidecar.
I think you've gotten pretty much all the other New Testament gold things.
Yeah. We did not get a legacy rare of Scribe
and we also have not pulled the second ultra rare out of this box.
Oh right, yeah. Well, we got 5 packs left to do it. I got another Temple Veil. Again, solid artifact. Man with Withered Hand. Another Judas. I'd like to see that.
So good.
A Thaddeus. I can read them out now. You may reveal a good dominant from hand or convert this card to meek. If you do, you may shuffle an evil or neutral card in opponent's territory. So definitely not as bonkers as the original, but pretty good. Being able to snipe an evil or neutral card in opponent's territory. And he converts to a 4/2. His Clayside. Judas or Thaddeus.
Plague of Frogs.
And yep, another plague. More frogs. Never have too many frogs.
All right, this one has concealed riches.
Oh, you're right. It was an artifact.
Huh?
It was an artifact, at least. Yeah. That part right.
I'm really rooting for you to almost complete it. I don't know that you can. I don't know how many rares you need out of what's left, but
I got a sneak peek of one of the cards that's coming up.
Is it Sidecar?
Hey, nice. We got there.
All right.
Your sidecars are safe, Rob. Amazing Faith was the first one.
Okay. Amazing Faith. I give you 5 Amazing Faith.
Oh boy.
And then
Sidecar. So the sight side is purple and gold. If you play this site, you may take a Samaritan from deck or reserve. That side's all right, but nothing super special. The fortress side is probably where you're going to see it most. If one or more cards you do not own are reserved, you may draw 1. And it also holds Samaritan Water Jar in the identifier, so it can hold it either as a site or a fortress.
If one or more cards you do not own, so that means if they choose to do their Herod's Temple,
right? Yep.
They would be giving you a draw.
Yep. So if they Herod's Temple their entire deck, you are
drawing your entire deck.
Yeah, you're going to draw at least to hand limit.
Dude. You could play that. You could play that in teams, and then you could go into battle and use yours, and your teammate could draw. Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, that is.
Like, does that work?
That works because it's cards you do not own.
You go ahead and reserve some cards in battle. And
oh my gosh!
Your teammate gets to fill their hand up.
Nice. We do not play test teams very much. It's not.
You probably should have thought about that though. or not. I mean, I'm okay with it.
That is. Oh man.
Teams has it's kind of not that it's boring at all, but it does have kind of a more methodical pace.
Mm-hmm.
So
but it's just like
that.
Because Herod's Temple just says during battle, so you can both do it because fortresses are shared in teams.
Oh, so you can load your own hand up.
Yeah, so you can both do it and you can both draw with Sidecar because the fortress is going to be shared, or both fortresses are going to be shared between both of you.
Nice.
That
sounds oddly confusing and exhilarating all at the same time.
I mean, the only downside is that you've got a bunch of cards in your reserve then, but maybe that's okay.
Well, you get the don't you get the cards back with Herod's Temple, or is it permanent?
No, it's permanent. Reserve? Yeah, they're reserved permanently.
Oh, well then
So,
so you would need to activate like concealed riches afterwards to shuffle them back if you
right.
wanted.
Yep.
Or if you're just fishing for dominance, you could do that.
True. Yeah. See, this is why I brought you on for, giving people those tidbits.
Yeah, I should have kept that to myself, but I was too excited to say it.
I've got a ridicule
Oh yeah, we're doing
and
this. Ridicule.
and a centurion at Capernaum. Yeah, that was kind of like a double the cross moment where we kind of forget what we're doing for a minute. And like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is silly. I mean, like even without Herod's Temple, like if I reserve a card, an enhancement at the end of my turn with Storehouse, you still get to draw a card if you have
Yeah, that's
sidecar. It's just like anytime I reserve a card, if you're my teammate, you get to draw. Which, like, I don't know, maybe it's not huge, but like if you exchange to your reserve, I think that might be considered reserving a card. I'm not sure.
I would assume
But
so.
yeah.
So that means just on any generic interaction, like you could be giving your teammate a bonus.
Right. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, Rob
But
Smith
that
said
just means that everybody's going to run it in teams, so that you wouldn't want to do that because then you're giving everybody a draw.
that's true.
So eventually it'll balance out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that
Whereas,
I've told everybody on there, quick, scrub it.
When you
Don,
say,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I'm sorry I shared it.
we have 4 people viewing right now, so we just delete the video and then we track those 4 people down. At least one of them's Rob's.
John will be like, dude, I can't believe you said that. You should have kept that to yourself.
It's all right. Chad will be in your other ear, and he'll be like, "Oh man, that was great for sharing that combo with everyone."
I'm so glad you shared it. Yeah. That's one that I honestly would have kept until you played it out and see how it works.
We got her.
Is the woman at the well.
Zacchaeus starting off the pack.
Okay,
Woman at the well.
It's only the second Zacchaeus, so
Yeah.
the woman at the well. There you go.
Supercilious scribes.
Super silly scribes.
Super silly. Yeah, the silliest of scribes. And it's worth noting that this was something I had to come to a realization on, I guess. The Sanhedrin, the card from early church that bans to a Pharisee, Sadducee, and scribe, does not ban to supercilious scribes because it's saying scribe as in the card scribe. Does not have a scribe identifier. And the persistent widow.
Persistent widow.
In Jerusalem. I think, okay, so everyone watching, don't mention the sidecar teams thing to anybody else. And so
until me and Jaden win. Sorry, Jeremy, we're gonna have to kick you off. I'm just kidding.
Then we'll have to see who actually watches all the way through. That'll be a good filter for who I can kick off of my channel. Jerusalem was the last one, if you didn't get that.
Okay, yeah. So I think somewhere along the lines I missed one card, so we're just one short of being on the 5s. So I just missed a card somewhere.
All right, I can figure it out
It
later.
must have been. Remember when we went over that pack? It wasn't that pack. It must have been the one before.
Right. Yeah. Maybe we can track it down. We got the Great Commission.
Great Commission. Right.
Herod Agrippa II.
Nice.
Another
one from every box
spirit.
there.
Yep. Another wandering spirit. I think that's 3 of those.
4.
That is 4? Oh, nice.
Yep.
And I wouldn't mind, using 4 of those in a Type 2 deck. It's kind of fun. And a Strict Sabbath.
Strict Sabbath. That's the card that banishes itself.
Oh, that's right. Yep. Used by Piracy, restrict all players who do not control a meek colossal from playing
Yeah.
enhancements after battle. Banish this card.
You don't want the expert lawyer replaying that thing over and over.
So what you got to do is figure out a way to like shuffle it or something during the battle.
While it's in battle.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Something there. And My Lord and My God is the last one. There's a triple legacy rare pack.
All right, so you're down to your last pack.
All right.
I'm gonna call it. You're either getting Concealed Riches or the Shut Door Lost Soul.
Why not both?
Legacy rare.
Oh,
it's not
Another
both.
Kingdoms.
You can't be mad at that. That's a good card, though.
That's pretty sweet. I mean,
that is
four of them. Yeah.
All right, Shut Door Lost Soul.
Plague of Hail. Simon the Zealous. Sadducees Legacy Rare. And just to rub it in.
Okay, it was Simon the Zealous.
Yep.
Sadducees and the Soul.
And the Meek Lost Soul Legacy Rare. That's funny.
But you're getting the souls.
Yep.
Those can be used in the whatchamacallit.
GoC only.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so by the numbers, we should just be missing the one card. So let me get my handy dandy calculator. At 119. So yeah, just missing that one card, whatever it was.
I want to say that was the pack with the Lord's Prayer Redemption. Spirit Man.
But
it's the one
remember,
before that.
I thought I got all those, and I thought it was in the pack before.
Yeah. So let's see. We got a Faithful Servant, which I remember you saying we had two of. Surreptitious Scheme, Persistent Widow, and Restoring the Afflicted.
Surreptitious Scheme. I only have you one from that box. Does that sound right? I guess you can just check.
That does look right.
And then you said it was Restoring the Afflicted. I have you as one. You have two of that by chance?
I think that's the only one in this box. Yeah.
And then you said the last card was the Persistent Widow.
Yep.
Okay,
Persistent Widow. We got like four of those in this box.
There was two. I have you down for two.
Count 1, 2.
See, and this is the confusing part.
Yeah.
All right, what else was in that pack then with the Lord's Prayer?
It was Fear of Man, Romans Destroy Jerusalem, and
Romans Destroy Jerusalem.
Redemption.
Did you only get one from that pack?
I believe so, box? Yes.
Okay.
You really gotta not be on my headphones here, bud. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, there we go. All right, time for you to. Let's see here. Romans destroyed. Yep, I think that was the only one from that pack.
Yeah,
that boxing.
I really don't know what I missed.
Well, I can do the math later and figure it out. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 96. That sounds right. So it's wait, should be
96, and you should have
24 times
24
4. Yep.
rares and ultra rares.
Yep.
Okay, so I have you at 80. I have you at 79 commons and 15 legacy rares, which would be 94. Right? Math.
That should
94, and then I think this is also being affected by the rare thing from the first box, because you show 24 rares plus your ultra rare, which should not be the case.
Oh yeah. So it could just be the
But I came up with 119 when I added my numbers together, so I definitely missed a card somewhere. So besides the ultra rare that you're missing completely, his sacrifice, you're missing Burial, Concealed Riches, Doom Speakers, yeah, did you get one of those?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I was
High
just
Priest
saying it
Palace.
sounded cool.
Mary, Holy Virgin, Strike the Shepherd,
Oh, that's right.
the Proselytizers, Voice from Heaven.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I didn't get that one.
I think that's eight GoC cards you're short, and then just the one Shut Door Legacy Rare. Also,
15. How many legacy rares did you say I got in that one?
I got 15.
All right, so it's a common or a rare, or well, yeah, I guess it's a common that I'm missing because I've got 16 rares here. Or not 16, 23. 1, 2, 3, 4.
23 plus the ultra rare.
Yeah. So, well, not too bad. I'll do some investigating, figure out what we were missing, and I'll finish off the Temple Priest count just for the sake of completeness, and I'll probably put all that in the Discord.
I will say, just for just quick glance, remember I told you that you had however many it was in the first box that you were missing, if you just counted the first box as your only collection.
Mm-hmm.
And then you cut that down by 2 going to the second box. And then that was identical to the number of unique cards you were still missing in the third box. So the second and third box were the same. The first one, you just had 2 additional that you were missing. So the boxes seem pretty consistent across 3.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good note to make. All right. Yeah. I'll check in with you, Rob, and let you know which ones I'm missing.
How do I save this here, just so I don't lose it for you?
It saves automatically. Google
okay.
Google Drive and Sheets and stuff is pretty fancy.
Yeah, I've never used their sheets for real. I use Google Drive for things, but not their spreadsheet. Unfortunately, I've been indoctrinated to Excel due to work.
Yeah, makes sense.
So,
I guess that is box 2 is kind of a little bit of a special case, though, I guess, because you probably won't get double ultra rares like that. So I'm technically,
Of course, it would be the one of the boxes that are getting like live streamed open. That's pretty cool.
yeah, that was sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out where that is, and well, I don't know. Maybe I should just tell people, and they have to watch the whole thing to figure out where it is.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't tell them. I'd just like tag it in the title. If you
Yeah,
can go back and change the title, just be like double ultra rares.
3 boxes, 4 ultra rares. Let's go.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
all right. Well, thank you so much, John, for joining and for not only keeping track of all the cards, but also keeping it interesting as I have someone to talk to directly about the cards as they come up. I think that hopefully that's more entertaining for the people watching.
yeah.
But yeah, thank you everyone for watching and joining me here. I gotta go eat, so I'm gonna
Yeah, and I gotta
say
get
do that.
home and see how mad my wife is at me. Since I was supposed to be home by 8. It is 8:26 and I have a 30-minute almost drive depending on traffic.
Oh, all right. Well,
Yeah. So
everybody send your prayers to John. Pray that the couch is comfy tonight.
funny thing, I was on the couch last night.
Uh-oh.
She had um our nephew, her sister's kid, and I didn't want to like. I just find that weird, a different kid in the bed, so I just let
Gotcha.
him lay with her, and I just slept on the couch.
That makes sense. At least it wasn't because you were like in the doghouse or something,
No, tonight will
Yeah.
definitely be because
Yeah.
I'm in the doghouse. But guess what? It'll be all good tomorrow because I have another box that's sealed.
There you
I get
go.
to open tomorrow,
Yep.
and now I have the hope that maybe I've got double ultra rares in there. You
See,
know?
there is a chance. I'm saying there's a chance.
Yeah.
But
All right, Jim
all
Carrey.
right.
Talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye.